actual identity in Speed Racer? Do you have a clue?
No. Is that a real question?
Yes, Casey?
I don't know. I never watched that show.
Preston, you know this.
Yeah, it was Rex.
Yeah, I didn't care for...
Speed Racer, little does Speed know, his older brother Rex is Racer X.
I can't tell Speed that I'm his brother.
The announcer guy would say that.
Okay. Yep.
A little no, like they couldn't figure it out.
Come on.
He and Pops had a fight at one point,
Right.
and he left, and they never saw him again. And he was actually even a better race car driver than Speed was, believe it or not. Yeah. It's worth going
Was
back.
he a bad guy, but really...
No, he was a good guy.
Oh, he was?
He had an air of mystery about him. You could have gone both ways, but he was always actually looking out for Speed on the race course.
Yep.
That was too old for us, though, right? Like, that was way before.
That was 1881.
Way before you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you're just, you just turned 29, right?
Right.
So the MTV Video Music Awards were last night. Megan Thee Stallion hosted it. It was filled with big moments and big performances. And Taylor Swift won Artist of the Year. I'll just give you the top awards, and we'll play a clip of Taylor accepting.
It appeared to be on 200 separate channels last night.
So she won Artist of the Year. Sabrina Carpenter won Song of the Year with Espresso. And Chappell Roan won Best New Artist. And the winner of the night's big award, Video of the Year, went to Taylor Swift as well for Fortnite featuring Post Malone. And they were both on stage. We have a clip of the acceptance speech, and she mentions a little somebody in this. Here we go.
And the fact that this is a fan-voted award and you voted for this, I appreciate it so much. And if you are over 18, please register to vote for something else that's very important coming up, the 2024 presidential election. I love you all so much. Thank you for this moment.
And she goes on to dedicate the award to Travis. She goes, my boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
And Kathy, she says, everything he touches turns to happiness.
And she said, everything this man touches turns to happiness and fun and magic. So I want to thank him for adding that to our shoot, she said.
And she says he's got a dong the size of a battering ram.
In the rock category, which is, very, very slim, the winner
was it Lynyrd Skynyrd?
The best rock. Where the hell is
the actual winner? These are all just the nominees, right?
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz won with a song called "Human."
Okay,
in the best rock category. So there you go.
I mean, it was literally on. It was on Paramount Plus. It was on like 5 other channels. Whatever's in that group, it was on last night.
I guess people are watching it.
Yeah.
All right. This is tied to the world of music, and I got sent this by tons of people, but I saw it yesterday on my own on TV. It was pretty amazing. John Bon Jovi pulled off a heroic feat this week. The singer was filming the video for his song People's House, and he was on the John Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge in Nashville on Tuesday night when he noticed a woman in distress. The woman seemed to be getting ready to jump off the bridge. Thankfully, John noticed. He went over and he was talking to the woman, and he got her to come back. And
That's real deal.
Essentially saved her.
It's real deal, yeah.
Nashville police and fire departments came to the scene as well, with the police offering up praise for the singer. Nashville Police Chief John Drake said it takes all of us to help keep each other safe. It's not known exactly what he said to the woman, but the video is pretty wild. He and another person are sitting there talking to this woman. He eventually talks her to come back over the rail, and then he goes over, he chats for a minute, and then they embrace, and it's just, I get a little choked up watching it, man.
That's unbelievable.
That is as human as it can get. You're just going to try everything you can to dissuade this person that is a low point in their life. And then he also did the classy thing of, he's not giving any information about their conversation because she's going through a crisis.
Yep.
Yeah. John has done some things behind the scenes that we're privy to. Yeah. That he's like, just don't. This is not for public, and I don't want it to be known, but he has done some very, very, very special things to some people who are at a tough spot in their life. This woman is at the lowest point in her life ever, obviously, and he steps in, and yeah, she's alive. It's an amazing story. So very cool to see, and you can find the video out and about online today. Justin Timberlake has reached a plea deal in his DWI case, nearly 3 months after he was arrested in Sag Harbor. He is due in court tomorrow. He has agreed to plead guilty to a less serious offense after initially being charged with driving while intoxicated. Though the star's lawyer, Edward Burke Jr., has maintained that Timberlake was not intoxicated when he was arrested on June 18th. The Selfish Singer was booked on one count of DWI and 2 citations, one for running a stop sign and one for failure to keep in a lane.
Do you know what the plea deal is? They're going to lock up Joey Fatone for 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that's absurd?
Why
I don't
would
know
he
how they
sign
work
up for
things.
that?
Timberlake told his arresting officer at the time that he had 1 martini and I followed my friends home.
What was it served in?
Burke put forth a motion to dismiss the case in July, but withdrew that motion.
You just look dreamy.
Timberlake also pleaded not guilty while appearing virtually in court from Antwerp, Belgium. During that same hearing, Justice Carl Irace warned Burke against continuing to speak to the press as lawyer, as he said that Burke's statements, quote, come off as an attempt to poison the case before it even begins.
I bet you Jessica Biel showed up and did a Jedi mind control on the judge.
That works.
Yeah, there you go.
Irace also threatened to implement a gag order on the case and require Timberlake to appear in court in person. A second hearing in August revealed that there was a subpoena out for the American Hotel where he was hanging out before his arrest. The hotel said that it would be complying with the case. Timberlake is currently on his Forget Tomorrow World Tour, which will continue through June 2025.
But was there not like field sobriety, breathalyzers, blood tests, and stuff like that?
I think he refused those. As I recall, the arresting officer did not know who he was.
Right.
And only found out after the fact.
Yeah, Case, I think he refused. And we talked about that because sometimes it's an immediate admission of guilt if you refuse.
Yeah, I have a friend who the same thing happened, and there was no pleading. And at that point, the breath, any sort of like scientific evidence, like a blood test or a breathalyzer, they weren't administered. So
is that legally considered an admission of guilt, or does it simply lead to you're incarcerated? I'm incarcerated, Lloyd.
Yeah.
After that, as a result, and then that is hashed out later.
It might depend upon the state.
It does.
Yeah.
It varies a lot through the state. If you refuse this in New York, you get an automatic license suspension.
And Joey Fatone must serve 6 months.
Yeah, and that happened in Pennsylvania, and this person ended up losing their license.
Right, so it could be it could
state
be
to
the same.
state. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. On the Drew Barrymore show, season 5 premiere, Dax Shepard addressed one of the craziest rumors he's heard about him and his wife, Kristen Bell. Shepard revealed that a tabloid had spread a story alleging that the couple were swingers who hosted swing parties.
Are you swingers?
And he laughed off the guy. He laughed off the gossip, saying his favorite part of the whole ordeal was that they got a lot of texts from their friends asking, how could you not have invited me to the swinger party? Even Jimmy Kimmel apparently pretended to be upset that he and his wife weren't invited to his swingers party.
Jimmy!
Yeah. To top it off, Drew Barrymore asked if there was a couple that Shepard and Bell have fantasized about getting into bed with, part of their fantasies.
I'd like to apologize to Jennifer Garner and her pool boy, Ben Affleck, for incorporating them into my fantasy life.
And Shepard said, there's...
I apologize to anyone who's been offended by my fictional creations, Chris Lagarde, the philosopher of evil, and the skull sealer.
I don't think we've really gotten to know the skull sealer.
So he said there's a lot of hot couples out there, but no, we have not crossed that divide with anyone. But he did joke that he and Belle are in love with Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen.
That's an interesting question, though. If you were, a swinger couple, I'm sure everyone's talked about it with their significant other.
Yeah, who you guys might.
And if you have the discussion and you're not both exactly on the same.
Oh my God.
Why?
Yeah, totally.
Wait,
why?
what?
Yeah, you've got to agree on a variety of parameters.
Say it at the same time.
Yeah. All right, so a couple of clips to play from Caitlin Olsen because she was on Good Morning America. And there's a few things going on. She's obviously got her show coming up, High Potential, the new crime drama. She looks great in the teasers for it.
She looks terrific. I think this is going to be a hit for her, man. She's perfectly suited for this character.
Yep, and she talks about her first reaction to the script for the new show, and here is a clip of that.
It was handed to me, and I was like, I don't want to do an hour-long drama. What are you talking about? And then I read the script, and it's just so good. I love a crime drama, and I love a really fun, weird, interesting character at the center of it. it, and it just felt like a really good opportunity to do something different.
I love stuff like this. It's like Monk. So, she's a genius.
Okay.
But she's just a single mom.
Okay.
And it's based on a French series that was a big hit. And I think there has to be that quirkiness, and she does that really well.
They also asked about her working with Rob and being married and what that's like.
We're in production for 2 months out of the year, and we get to just be with each other. And I fell in love with him on that show, so I love watching him in his element. And he's a big fan of mine, so we have a good time. And it's very funny because our characters hate each other, and we're so mean to each other. So that's really fun.
They also asked about what she thinks about Sunny being the longest-running live-action comedy in history.
I think that the writing on this show is so spectacular. I feel I'm in such good hands. And I mean, doing a satire, we have a lot of fodder. There's a lot. The world presents us a lot of things to write about and satirize.
Have you ever seen the audition where she's auditioning for the role on It's Always Sunny? And in real time, you can sort of hear Rob McElhenney falling in love with her.
No.
It's so adorable. Have you ever seen it, Kathy?
No.
Yeah, she's auditioning, she's reading the role, and they're cracking up, and Rob is interacting with her a little bit more from off camera, and you can see it's happening.
He's just smitten right away.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so a couple other things to mention, and I have this story. Page 6 is reporting that Succession star Annabelle Dexter Jones. Dexter Jones is now dating celebrity chef Daniel Humm. And for those who don't know, who didn't see who saw Succession, Nick, she was the blonde that. Oh my God, I've forgotten the characters' names.
Was it the dudes? She was a prostitute, and then
no. It was the main character, the main brother, the
Roman.
Not Roman. The F up. Jeremy, was that his name? No.
Jeremy Strong.
Jeremy Strong.
Kendall is the
Kendall,
character.
thank you.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
Lord. The blonde that he dates for a little while, who also had a drug problem. Very pretty. And by the way, she is
lovely gal.
Her parents are Mick Jones of Foreigner.
Whoa.
And renowned jewelry designer Anna Dexter Jones.
Annabelle.
Anyhow, she is dating celebrity chef Daniel Humm.
I liked her.
I did too.
Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, she's good.
Sources, I like her. She can sing.
Annabelle.
Sources spotted the two kissing at the U.S. Open over the weekend.
Smooching.
I want to kiss you.
You want to kiss me?
Humm is no stranger to dating celebrities. 2 years ago, she was in a relationship with Demi Moore. Ooh, really? Okay.
Wait. Who was in a relationship with Demi Moore? The Daniel Humm?
Oh, Humm is no. Oh, I thought it was her. I'm like, wow. I didn't know Demi was dating a gal for a little while. No, the other guy, the chef was.
All right,
Okay.
the Hummer.
So Hummer was with Moore. Casey just about spit out his coffee when you said the Hummer.
Yeah, my bad.
All right. So good on Annabelle. That's I'm happy for her. Yeah.
Annabelle.
All right. I love that we have that clip. So Anna de Armas.
Oh, yeah?
Annabelle.
I love her.
I know, she is stunning.
There is a great video, Nick. Her and Sydney Sweeney doing a little thing. I think it's for GQ.
Really?
I love these little interactions where they spin a wheel and answer questions.
Oh yeah. Are they working together?
They're working together. Yeah, they're in this new movie.
So she is living her best life off the grid in her new Vermont home. The actress was previously reported to have bought a $7 million mansion in Vermont a year ago and has been enjoying it ever since. Speaking with E! News, de Armas opened up about leaving Los Angeles, saying, we all want to have that chance to build your own safe space, and I've made that decision myself.
And she picked a good location. Got to get away from it all, do some whaling.
The Knives Out star's turbulent relationship with Ben Affleck in 2020 could apparently be credited with giving her the push she needed to leave Hollywood.
Yes, you remember she was just before he got back with Jennifer Lopez.
Yep. She previously admitted to Elle magazine that the paparazzi hounding her and Affleck throughout their relationship and during the breakup aftermath fueled her move across the country. So
do you miss me? You will.
Going through it myself, she said, I confirmed my thoughts about this is not the place for me to be. It became a little bit too much. There's no escape. There's no way out. As for L.A., she said it's a city that keeps you anxious.
So is she this is it? She's going to live there? Or is this her
until
spot?
January in
That's what I
Vermont.
mean.
And then she'd be like, I think I'm going to go to L.A. for a few months.
I think it's a getaway.
Yeah.
A lot of stars do this, and I think it's probably a good way to keep your sanity because you're sort of in that bubble.
Yeah, like
that TMZ, that 30-mile zone.
I think I could live off the grid for a little while, but like I don't think permanently, you know?
Right.
You've got to be in the middle of it.
I just wonder, like, when you live somewhere that is, warmer in climate, and then you end up, in Vermont, like how shocking.
Well,
Listen,
she's not going to be out chopping.
My
wood,
younger brother just moved to New Hampshire, like upstate New Hampshire.
To be near to Anna Dahmer.
No, he's closer to her than we are.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I'm like, please talk to the locals about how they prepare for winter because it is not like winter here, you know?
We had an exchange student who lived with us, had never seen snow, and like we thought he was going to like go outside and like frolic in the snow. And he like put one toe out there and like touched it with his hands, and then he was like, I don't know what that is.
I don't like it.
He did, and he like ran back
I don't like
inside.
that on that. That's my Tate's car.
We were like, do you want to go sledding? He was like, what?
Sledding?
No.
What, you crazy bitch?
Where is he from?
I think Juan was from, I think Panama.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going in that.
No. All right, a couple other stories. Speaking of snow and whatnot, all my children may be getting a Christmas movie. Christmas in Pine Valley.
Was it? I always ask it. I'm sorry, I always forget. What was your soap opera?
Oh, me? All my kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that was both of us.
All my children, yep.
I used to
absolutely.
schedule my classes around it so I could be home between 12 and 1 to watch it.
Yep, that was the show. Lifetime is reportedly working on a movie follow-up for the long-running ABC daytime drama, and the project is in very early stages. Right now, conversations are going on about it. There's no writer, and there's no words on it.
There's no words
And
on it.
it's not confirmed which characters from the show would be
I can't read it. There's no words on it.
in it either. The movie will apparently still be set in fictional Pine Valley, Pennsylvania.
Do you know who's playing one of the lead heartthrobs in the movie? Chuck Wepner.
What?
No.
What were you going to say, Kath?
No, I was just going to say I didn't watch it for years. I watched it for a very long time. And actually, right around the time that I started to work with you guys, just because my schedule completely changed. So I stopped watching it. But I remember going back like years later, and I was like, I still know what's going on.
Oh, really?
Still new.
Oh, that's great.
That's how glacial the plot advancements are. That's why we talked about it. We've had, who do we have on recently? One of the soap opera actresses, and we said, are we to believe that when someone walks out of a room or they're standing and ask a question to a person, and we come back 22 minutes later that they've just been standing there looking at each other, and they said, no, they're in soap opera time at that point.
Yep. By the way, All My Children premiered in 1970, ran for 41 years before ending in 2011. I should go back, Kathy, and find some old episodes and watch those.
Well, and it's like some of the actors on the show, like of course, Kelly Ripa and, Mark were on there, but Eva LaRue.
I know who Eva LaRue is. I follow her on social media.
So
I follow her on Instagram, yeah.
God, she looks great.
She's gorgeous.
She is so beautiful.
Yes, I agree.
If you had at the height of the soap opera, when there was soap operas constantly all throughout the afternoon schedule, coupled with social media.
Oh, man.
Could you imagine?
No.
But did you see Eva LaRue's, I think, daughter or son got married, and like a lot of the cast members from All My Children were there.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go back. All right. A couple other quick things. There are reports that Josh Brolin was asked to star in HBO's series version of the Green Lantern story, Lanterns, and passed on the opportunity. The Hollywood Reporter says that Brolin was invited to play Hal Jordan, the cocky Green Lantern hero previously played by Ryan Reynolds in the 2011 feature film. And according to multiple sources, the actor received an offer at the end of August. By the end of this past weekend, his mind was made up and he passed on it. No other details are available at this time.
He's a Marvel guy.
He is, definitely. With the Cable as well,
Thanos.
and the Avengers and Thanos and all that stuff. So he's deep in that, but he's going to pass on this particular one. And then, Kat, this one's for you.
Okay.
Taylor Sheridan, the creator behind the entire Yellowstone universe, and appears as Cowboy Travis Wheatley in the series, is bringing the brand to Las Vegas. He and the 4 Sixes Ranch, which is not only a ranch featured in the show, but also a real-life ranch in Texas owned by him. And they partnered with the Wynn Las Vegas to create the pop-up restaurant 4 Sixes Ranch Steakhouse.
Okay.
The menu is expected to offer everything from a branded 28-ounce cowboy steak to tumbleweed banana pudding.
What can I get you, little lady? Gosh, your teeth are purty.
The dining experience will only be available for a limited time and will open for business on Monday inside Wind Tower Suites.
Could you see yourself going to a something because of that? Because of the Yellowstone connection?
I mean, listen, if I was out there, I'd be like, yeah, let's go one night. I'm not going to Vegas just for that. I also hate Vegas and I don't ever want to go back there. but I love his character on the show. Like, he just pops up every once in a while. He's great, but like, I'm mad at him. What the hell?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you have worked this out?
I know.
Mother
effer.
No word on how long the pop-up will stick around, so Yellowstone fans might want to head to Vegas sooner rather than later.
How about Yellowstone fans just get another season to watch?
Well, it's coming.
How about that,
It
Taylor?
Yeah. It is coming, right? We reported on it.
Yes,
it's
is
just
happening.
going to be sans Kevin Costner.
Yep. All right, we're ready to roll the clips. Here we go. Will Ferrell and Harper Steele have been friends since their first day working at SNL. When Harper came out as transgender, the two embarked on a cross-country road trip to explore a new chapter in their relationship. And here, Will recalls pitching the idea to his friend.
This could be just a wonderful way for us to explore this topic, for me to learn, ask all the questions that I have about what you're going through. And I think we eventually landed on the same square that maybe it would be something that people would watch and it would just give them a different perspective or just show off the fact that two people can have a conversation about this.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Will and Harper opens in theaters on Friday. It will stream on Netflix coming up on September 27th. Here's our next clip. Emily in Paris returns for its 4th season tonight with a big cameo. The First Lady of France, Brigitte Macron. And here Lily Collins talks about how it all came together.
She invited us to have a meeting with her a couple years ago and was so kind and warm and welcoming and enthusiastic about the show and wanted to be in it. And I went, what? Okay. And so Darren and I were like, well, I'm going to make this happen. And so having her on set was so fun. She improv'd. We had such a great time together.
Oh, shut up, woman.
Emily in Paris begins streaming today on Netflix, by the way. All right, and there you go.
She's a delightful young lady. We had her in the studio.
But it's been on.
Yeah, a couple seasons.
No. The new season has already been on.
There was part 1, and then this is part 2. So
this is the second.
They did
part
the thing
of it.
like you're going to do with the Stranger Things, where they break up the second part of the season to another time.
Okay, yeah, it's a cute little show. I've watched all of them.
I like her a lot. She's great. All right, and that is our entertainment report. We do have an announcement to make this morning. We're excited about it. It's coming up in the Bizarre File. 8-ish around then, we will reveal the information for you, so make sure that you're with us at that point in time. Between now and then, though, it's nothing but sex.
Yeah.
Back to school, A to Z. We begin with a sexy song. When we return, we are in the S's, so make sure you stay with us.
With references, you had your own Will Smith encounter. Explain what went down.
Almost something like Chris.
Yeah.
But it never happened. And I'm glad it didn't. And I was really happy about what happened.
Right.
For 2 reasons. One, I didn't have to feel guilty about what happened with me because he's such a great guy. Last thing I wanted to say was, hey, man, me and him almost got in a fight.
Right.
So that was a secret of mine.
Uh-huh.
And when that happened, I was happy that I was lifted off of that. That it's not just me.
You didn't have the exact same experience. You had a tense thing, but that didn't manifest in a full thing.
Yeah, it had been a mutual smack or punch or something.
Right.
It was going to that, and luckily Jada was there. She was, hey guys, and I was like, no, you tell him. And
you were in I believe you were in a movie.
With her,
and you kissed her in the movie.
I didn't find out what it was about until 18, 19 years later.
Wow.
What? I didn't even know why he did.
Did you find out from him?
Yeah, I did. Because in the book, I wrote it.
Yeah.
And then my author was like, you can't put this in here because you got to get the rights done for them.
Right.
So this was bothering me. I didn't know if that was the reason. I did want to put it in the book. And so I sent it to him.
Yeah.
And him and Jada wrote me an email back and said, it did really happen, man. Put it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was kind of fuming.
I mean, he's just, kind of human.
Yeah.
So that's the second reason why I was happy.
Okay.
Because whatever that is that fueled that energy that he came at me or Chris with, he's got an opportunity to deal with it.
Right.
In one life.
And you
Now, how many of us have that opportunity to not only have success, but then to have some internal success about growing.
We were just talking about that, about how you process, how you deal with those things that set you off, or those things that you and you talk about it. It's a large part of your existence is bettering yourself. How do I become the best version of myself? And so you want to always hope that people have that, they can reclaim their better selves.
Yeah, and that, and that it was great to see.
Yeah.
I've been through down the toilets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And through the love of people around me, and a good universe, pull through it.
Yeah.
So it's we're in this place. We're in this place where we got reward systems and this, that, and the other thing, the things we reach for.
Did you have to learn that? It sounds like with your mother on your side early on, it sounds like you were getting a really good instruction on how to approach life. Or did you have weaker moments where you had become less than what you wanted to be?
I went to Earth University with everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a degree.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was times that was a problem, with them being white and me being black and stuff that we went through, and it's just the road.
Yeah.
It's the road we're on.
Tommy, what was it like achieving the success of In Living Color? Because that I'm always curious as to how fame and fortune affect individuals, and you've had an interesting life, and that In Living Color blew up. It was huge for a stretch, and so I'm curious as to how it affected you.
You know what? For one, the main thing is that I just got touched by a freaking angel.
Yeah.
To have that show in my life.
And did you know that at the time?
We knew.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to be touched by something because we were all the best at the time. So when we walked in the door and looked at each other, we said, "We're doing a show together."
Yeah, think of that cast.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the X-Men meeting for the first time. What? So, you know what I mean? So it was that thing, and then come the changes of success.
Right.
We were like family. We go to lunch every day, dinner every day, and we didn't know anything about fame. I didn't think we couldn't have. Because when it came, it was just like a freaking, did you see the Blob?
Yes, sure. Both of them.
Yeah, it's just no getting away from it. From the event.
Yeah.
It's hard. You can't shoot it. I mean, it's like, it's nothing. You can't shoot it. You can't burn it.
Cold.
And it's coming at you nice and slow.
Yeah.
I'm taking my time. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that thing, and so, that's a surviving thing. That's the thing to survive.
You met Keenan at a party, or he'd come to see you. Saw you happened to be on set of a show you were on.
He saw me plenty of times when I was coming up.
Okay.
At the clubs.
We had him in the studio on his birthday a few years ago.
Okay.
It was
awesome.
awesome.
He's something else,
awesome.
Man. He's something else. And it was just he knew he's the Dr. Xavier.
Yeah.
Of the whole thing.
He's Professor X?
He knew who the mutants were.
Yeah.
He just took us to the danger room. We got it all together and said, "Okay, now go get them."
Yeah.
We got too dangerous.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We got too dangerous. He would come. He said, "You guys can do whatever you want. And if you have something, we can always do another take." And blah 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 blah. Boy, by the end of that season, it was like he would come in the room and go, "You man, hey, look at me, you guys. We're gonna get canceled, man. You cannot." We're laughing.
That's what always happens, though.
We're laughing.
Yeah.
How long was the run?
5 years.
5 years. It's
seems like longer, right?
It was in my wheelhouse. It was one of those things that I never missed it every single week. And
Casey, it was the must quote. Did you see that?
Oh yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
and having this job,
radio was what made us.
Yeah.
Having this job has allowed me to meet a lot of the stars of that show. So having you here, on multiple occasions is a huge honor for me. We've had David Alan Grier sit in that seat. Like you said, Keenan, Sean, Marlon Wayans. We haven't had Jim Carrey in here yet.
Okay.
But he's
here.
What's that? Is he here?
Yeah.
Surprise!
He's on the roof crying. What are you crying about, man?
He's been a little emotionally.
He's on the roof crying right there. No, that's we were friends before in Living Color.
Yeah.
Yeah, our daughters are the same age. You know, we were comics at the Comedy Store, so we do birthday parties and stuff like that. Now they're 35.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
we knew each other back then, and then once the show came along, so you know, we have a through line.
Yeah.
That came before it.
He and Damon Wayans are two that I would love
two.
to meet.
Yeah.
Love to meet those guys.
Yeah, you know, I just you know, we all just got really lucky.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
like,
you didn't.
like we can be.
Luck plus talent
Yeah.
equals
Well,
the
you
end
gotta have
result.
both of them,
Yeah, you got to have both of them. But the thing is that I always try to give this advice. Never, you know, what you see is always realize that there are people that can do exactly that, and there's a whole tremendous amount of people out there with extraordinary talent that you'll never know about because the break didn't happen for
That's
them.
right.
You know?
Yeah, except now there's YouTube, and you can see them there.
Yeah. But you know, it seems like the way of this thing we live on.
Yeah.
This blue thing we live on. You know, we could go to the grocery store and see like heaps and heaps of ice cream. You see trucks.
Yeah.
Mack trucks full of cookies and this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, I go to Djibouti, Africa, or Mexico, or somewhere like that, or even Detroit, you know, and people are under a bridge with, you know, a cracker.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? You know, so it's where we live, you know, and you know, I think the whole forever thing, you know, got kind of pulled.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to be here that long.
Yeah.
You know, we need to just do it right, and leave it up to eternity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's a very healthy attitude.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, it's Tommy Davidson who's going to be at World Cafe Live tonight. Tickets are on sale. You can get them at worldcafelive.com. It's funny music is the name of the show. How
people are going home? I thought that was Dr. Phil on there, man. Dr. Phil got a black accent all the time.
How are you finding that the music and comedy live are playing together? Is it a nice? You love the balance?
Yeah, it's a good balance, but there's two different art forms.
Yeah,
and they're
it's all about timing now.
Music, boy, I tell you, music is like a beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, you ain't gonna know what to do no matter what.
That's a great way to put it. Sadly
You ain't gonna know
true.
what to do no matter what.
It's an essential. We've talked on the show. Occasionally, you'll come across somebody who says, "I'm not into music." Like, there's nothing available to you that you can find that you enjoy, because it is literally it's what the station has been about for years, providing a soundtrack for people's lives.
I know.
You know.
I know. You know, hey, you know, like I said, we're on this blue chip now.
Yeah.
And just that little bit of the song we played, I heard a little, and that's all that I've heard of it, unfortunately. But I'll listen to it more. I heard almost a little Al Jarreau. Type of thing in
that's
there.
you know, this is a business, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I had to think strategy. You know, how am I going to enter into the music business? I wanted to do it in a genuine way.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be able to come in here and do something that I could do really, really well for a certain audience.
Right.
Because the way that things are now, divided into social media and all of this stuff, you know, I'm somebody who can be eating a pickle on the porch couch
Yeah.
in Buffalo can critique my album. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I want to subject myself. You know what I mean?
You got to impress the pickle guy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Never get a picture of the person that made the comment. You know what I mean? I don't think Tommy Davidson's album is, you know, and you look and he's over a paint bucket. You know what I mean? You know, he's got a living room couch
on his
from
porch.
the 70s on his porch. Right. You know, with kittens. You know what I mean? It's February. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So
It sounds very specific.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Who knew he was a jazz fan?
Yeah, it's very specific. You know, I got that from when was it Amazon?
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know, went to do my book.
Yeah.
You know, and so they had comments, you know? And this is when I discovered that comments and social media is like the bathroom stall. Anybody can say something, and everybody gets to read it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're not going to go in the bathroom stall and go, let me write this number down. Let me quote that. You know what I mean? So all these comments were there, right? I love the book. This is great. You know, some of the stuff bothered me, but you know, all in all, this, that, and then there was one comment that said, you know, I really liked Tommy Davidson until I read the book.
Huh.
And I'm like, you know, Amazon, why'd you have to put that? Like the owner can go to the moon. Yeah. The owner can go to the moon on his own money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why can't you leave out one bad thing that someone would say about it? That bad. I mean, there's no redeeming quality in none of that. That's just like I used to like him.
Yeah.
And now I don't like him because of the book.
And Rochelle and I were in the car. We were listening to the Back to School A to Z. We were enjoying them. And then we got into a conversation, and we're talking. I'm kind of just half listening to the radio. I wasn't really paying attention. And I'm hearing a song that I recognize. And then I was like, you know, and because it's Back to School A to Z, something different comes up. It's not that big of a shocker.
Right.
But Casey, pull up the music from City Beat.
Oh.
What is that song? Is it Dr. Dre? No, not that one.
Oh, this one. This one. Yeah.
Okay, so that entire song is playing. Who is that?
It's Tupac and Dr. Dre.
Tupac and Dr. Dre. The whole song is playing. Now, I don't know the song. I only know it from when we played the City Beat. Casey brought it in because he says in the city, and we use that clip again. So I'm hearing this entire song play out, and I'm like, oh, my God. I go, I know that song. That's from the City Beat. And I think that the signals got crossed over in our digital music system because Casey, earlier in the week, was getting ready to play a song for Back to School A to Z and was listening to it in what we call Q. So we can listen to it before it gets played on the air through these little speakers that come up underneath the board. And it was the wrong song. It was labeled incorrectly.
It was
Remember
labeled,
that?
and the only reason I noticed is it was either the song was too short or too long. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I'm like,
it wasn't the proper time listed in the system.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It was John Cougar Mellencamp's I Need a Lover. That's what it was. Yeah.
But it was there was something else in there in its stead, and we were like, okay, we got to fix this before it gets to that in the Back to School A to Z. And I'm thinking, well, that must be what happened because we have this song in our system. We play it for the City Beat, and all of a sudden it's ended up on here. So I did something I never do. I called the hotline.
Oh.
We have a super duper secret phone number that gets you right to the studio.
Right.
Light flashes in the studio so the jock that's on the air knows this is important. I got to take this phone call. I'm like, hey, it's Preston. I didn't even know who was on the air. It was Ryan Shuttleworth. I go, hey, Ryan. I go, what song are you playing right now? And he says the title of some rock song, and I go, no, you're not. I go, you're playing Dr. Dre right now, and I think that there's a mix-up in the system, and it may say that you're playing this song, but you're not, because I'm hearing this. I'm listening on the radio. This is what's coming through on the broadcast side.
I'm a listener.
And well, I'm just saying, I'm on the receiving end here.
Right.
I'm hearing this. This is not what you're playing. And he's like, what? No, man, I've got this on the monitor. I go, well, hang on a second. And since I was on my phone in my car, it had blocked off the on the screen. It just shows, hotline and who I'm talking to and how long the call is going on. So my function showing what radio station I was listening to was off. I'm like, well, hang on a second. And I switched that off. And apparently during Rochelle and I's conversation, I'd switched over to our sister station, Ben FM.
Oh, my God.
And so,
You were totally wrong.
I'm panicking. I'm like pulling a total program director move, calling the hotline and telling him. And so he's freaking out now, too. He's like, I don't know what to do. What are we going to, and I'm like, okay, hang on. I effed up. And he and I were cracking up.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Laughing at my stupid mistake.
You're playing Conway Twitty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the country station.
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm sorry about that. Which wouldn't happen because I don't have that as a preset. But anyway, it was just like I'm like I have to share this on the air. It was just my total F up. But for a split second, I'm like, wow, we're really branching out with the A to Z this year.
Yeah.
We're playing some Dre and Tupac.
So it's not like completely out of the realm of possibility that we would be playing this.
Yeah.
But
so anyhow,
that's hilarious.
I thought you guys would appreciate that story, so I wanted
Trying
to share
to
with
be
you.
a good person.
Yeah, I never hotline anybody ever. All right. One thing I would like to do is we have not gone to the Just Saying Institute in quite some time, so I would like to go there now. Actually,
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Chrysagon Center for Skull Sealing Research.
we need that. We need all of these different departments.
All of those
at the Just Saying Institute. All right, so these are medical studies and scientific discoveries.
You learn stuff.
I wanted to mention this because it is medical. But apparently, men in the U.S. are increasingly turning to a plastic surgery procedure called ab etching.
Oh, this friggin' thing.
To achieve six-pack abs without having to do all the sit-ups.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, see,
What are we doing
listen,
here?
I'm all for taking shortcuts for losing weight, but like taking shortcuts to like look fit.
Do you know there's another version of this, by the way, that they do where they literally insert like a plate subcutaneously that replicates the ripples of well-defined abs.
An implant. Yeah,
an implant.
Just get that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the one that makes you look all muscular.
But I wonder about like somebody like a Kylie Jenner, right? She's beautiful, right?
What about me?
What about me?
But when she looks in the mirror, like how does she feel about herself? Because do you know what I mean?
She's artificial.
Yeah.
She's probably very happy because she clearly wasn't happy with herself to begin with.
Right.
So, apparently this involves sculpting the stomach muscles. It's high-definition liposuction, and it sculpts the stomach muscles by removing fat from specific areas to create the illusion of a toned physique.
Well, so they're basically just scooping out the abs.
Well, and they're scooping out parts of the fat.
Yeah.
And leaving little, lines, little divots there. By the way, Taylor Momsen, I'm glad you brought up this picture. She posted a photo of her yesterday or the day before. She just has tape on her nipples, but she has gotten all ripped up in her ab area. She's been working out.
She looks sensational.
Pretty damn hard. It looks amazing. Yes.
All right, here's a dumb question though, but like, are the abs always there? You just got to lose the weight.
Kind of always there, from what I understand.
They're there.
If you lose the fat,
Because they say abs are made in the kitchen.
abs are made in the kitchen. But I assume if you want them more pronounced, you've got to work them out.
And there's also a genetic predilection to whether you are going to have carved up abs. I mean, you can starve yourself to near death, and they'll be more prominent. But not everyone is going to have that chiseled feature.
Yeah, when I remember when Parker and Carter were like young, like 13 years old. And their shirt was off. You could see defined abdominal muscles, and it was just because they were thin. They didn't have any body fat on them.
You can have strong abdominal muscles. You may have fat over it.
Yeah. So this procedure is actually popular in Brazil as well, and has gained traction in the U.S. Dr. Jobin Gabe.
Jobin.
Joubin. That was from I Love You Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Jobin. Take it easy,
Did you just call me
Jobin.
Jobin?
Why did I say Jobin?
Said, I'm definitely seeing an increase in high-definition liposuction requests for men. Totes my goats.
Plain to be.
Slapping the bears.
Totes my goats.
Dr. Jobin Gabe, the medical director at Gabe Plastic Surgery in Beverly Hills, said that, he's seeing more and more of this. While ab etching promises insta abs, experts warn it's not a quick fix. Patients must maintain a healthy lifestyle,
of course,
to keep the results, and those with an inactive lifestyle may be ruled out as well. Despite these challenges, more men now seem to want a more youthful appearance and are ditching the, quote, dad bods.
Well, here's something as well. You're doing liposuction, which is always said or rumored to be one of the more painful procedures.
I mean, I saw a liposuction procedure, and
I've
they're
seen
not
it too.
gentle.
No,
Oh, God,
it's like you're vacuuming your carpet.
It's very aggressive, and it's why there's a lot of complications with it. But it's really aggressive and bloody.
Yes.
Kanye's mom died, right?
Yep.
From lipo.
Yeah.
And she was getting her abs done.
Yeah, it's not a tender procedure.
No.
There's also like a smaller type of procedure that you get done with. There's no anesthesia, and you can like watch the fat being sucked out of your body into. I dropped a friend off. She was like, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you drop me off here?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." And she's like, "My husband will pick me up, but I just need a ride there. I can't drive." And I was like, "Okay." And I knew she was getting some sort of procedure. And on the way, I was like, "Well, what are you getting done?" And she told me, and I was like, "Oh my God, you know me." I was like, "Oh dear God." She's like, "Yeah, and you can watch it. Like I can see all the fat being sucked out." I was like, I would die. I would die right there on the spot.
But how did she look afterwards, and how was her recovery?
I mean,
do you recall?
I asked her, this was years ago, but I asked her, and she was very happy with it. Years later, is it still standing? I don't know.
Okay. But this is becoming more popular. But it's it's a real deal. Getting in there and rooting around in the fat.
No, man, not for me.
All right, let's see what else we have here. Just Saying Institute, other medical studies and so forth. A European epilepsy drug could be an effective treatment for sleep apnea, according to a new study that suggests it.
Here we go. Off-label stuff. That's where they start to find these things. It's how many drugs have been applied to different conditions and had incredible results.
Patients who took, it's called Sulthiam, Sulthiame.
It's called Sulthiam.
Sulthiam. Thank you, Drew Barrymore. Had a few pauses. The patients who took it had few pauses in their breathing while asleep, as well as higher levels of blood oxygen, according to trial results, which were presented Tuesday at the European Respiratory Society annual meeting. It could be an effective treatment for obstructive sleep apnea, especially for those who find that they cannot use existing mechanical treatments like a CPAP machine.
Do you have apnea a little bit, correct?
I do. I have mild apnea.
Right.
Yep.
And you'll wake up from your disrupted sleep?
Lately, more often. And so I told you guys yesterday we were talking about sleep conditions, and I have learned how to sleep on my side.
Yeah.
And have not had any problems with it for a good stretch. But lately, I've been waking up on my back. And so I've somehow or another, for whatever reason, my body, I'm flipping onto my back, and I will wake up literally going,
I hate
like that.
Man,
And I'm like, damn it. I was, there I was losing, air, wasn't breathing. So I have, I spoke to Dr. Mike, who hooked me up with the sleep study group at Penn.
Any results yet?
Well, I spoke to the doctor, and we're going to set up a sleep study for me. So they're going to contact me within the next week or so, because you can now do those at home.
Yeah,
which
makes sense.
They prefer them done at the clinic, but if it's inconvenient for you and you want to do it at home, they can do that. Or if they need a follow up, then they can set it up. So I'm gonna go back in and take a look. And I was talking to her about current treatments, and it's still the go-to is the CPAP. Right? So you put the mask on. She says, though, since I've done it, the masks have changed a little bit.
They've been refined and made smaller.
They might be a little easier. And there's also a thing where you tape your mouth shut. Because if you use the machine, because what was happening.
How was your sleep?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with my mouth wide open, and the air going through my nose and out my mouth.
Wow.
So I was like this. And it would wake me up, and I couldn't sleep anymore. So she's like, there's literally this thing that you do. You put tape on your mouth.
Wow.
And you have the nose mask.
I don't know if I'd want to go to sleep feeling like a hostage.
But it's also kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
There's also dental implants, but dental devices that you can use, and I'm going to look into that as well.
I've seen those.
Have they gotten any better with the actual sleep studies? Because I've done a few of them, and I just find that my sleep is completely disrupted by the study itself. That I have all these wires all over me, and I'm not going to sleep well because I got two probes jammed up my nose.
But apparently it's less
invasive.
Not invasive, but obstructive to you. It's there's less gear to wear from what I've been told.
What is the thing that is I've seen commercials for it where apparently it's basically like an implant of sorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Inspire.
only you have to have severe apnea to qualify for that.
Right,
So
yeah.
I don't qualify for it. But it's essentially a little shock that happens in your throat, I believe.
Yeah.
And because what happens, your
The muscles relax.
yeah, and you start to constrict your airway and you can't breathe, and so it keeps that from happening. It'll give this little shock, and it will cause your muscles to react to where they tighten up again. I guess they don't relax.
Yeah,
as
I was
much.
doing commercials for them. like last year, 2 years ago, something like that. Inspire was the product or the company name.
Right, and that was it was new at that point. I remember it being
it's
fairly new.
and I had looked into it, but the only reason I really didn't go any further is just because of
you didn't want a car battery on your nightstand.
Well, no, just like MRIs. I was like, I don't know if you can take MRIs when you have this implant in your
I
body,
see.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solthigame, by the way, has never been approved for use in the United States, but it is used in Europe to treat epilepsy. It appears to quell seizures by increasing blood levels of an established anticonvulsant called phenytoin. And the drug also targets the respiratory system by inhibiting an enzyme called carbonic anhydrase, which stimulates upper airway muscles, according to researchers.
I'm trying to think of the Doobie Brothers song that will go with phenytoin for the commercial,
Yeah.
Minute by
To market to people our age.
I use phenytoin. Minute by minute.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what kind of hoops. I don't know if it's the pharmaceutical company or the care providers have to jump through in order to prescribe you a medication for something that is
experimental.
Experiment. So this is what I'm trying to say. So I have a friend who got really, really severe poison ivy, and there is nothing that the doctor can prescribe for you that's going to immediately clear it up.
Right,
but. He was also he had to take a steroid because he was sick, and this steroid completely cleared up the poison ivy. Friend calls the doctor. He goes, "Yeah, dude, he's like, yeah, it does that." He goes, "Oh, well, next time I get poison ivy, because that guy he works in his backyard a lot. He's like, I'm just gonna call for a steroid." He's like, "You can't do that." He's like, "I can't prescribe the steroid for poison ivy. I have to do it for something else."
Oh,
even though it clears it right up.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily true because Jace is highly allergic to poison ivy, and when he gets it, they put him on a steroid.
Well, that's why, I guess, because of his allergy. And my friend does not have that allergy, so he doesn't. Maybe he should lie to his doctor and say, I'm allergic to poison ivy.
Well, yeah, but getting poison ivy is an allergy to poison ivy.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like, I don't get poison ivy.
Do you want Kathy to write you a script?
Yeah, can you do that for me, please?
Actually, guys, I'm a doctor.
Wait a minute. You don't get poison ivy?
I don't get poison ivy.
Wow.
Never had it my whole life.
I was always under the assumption that if you're a human being, you can get poison ivy.
I've never had it. So is that the reason? I didn't realize that you had to be allergic to get it because I've never had it.
That's my understanding. That's
I
what
had syphilis.
One doctor explained to me is that it's an allergy. So some people get it and some people don't.
Interesting. Quickly, a phone call. Jeff has a comment on, it says The Machine, so I'm not sure.
Bert Kreischer.
Hi, Jeff. Good morning. Jeff, you're on the air, bud.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I started using the machine, the CPAP machine, about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Not 2 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 years ago.
Yep.
I'm losing it here. But no, it's a life changer. And you guys had mentioned what they do now. All they do is put something on your finger where you can wear it home to get your test done.
Oh, to do the sleep
mechanism.
To do the sleep. Hang on a second, Jeff. To do the sleep study you're referring to?
Yeah, the sleep study. Because I did the both. I did about 10 years ago. I did one where you went to the hospital. You sat down. You couldn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, Nick said, there's things all over you.
Right.
But I did 2 years ago. They literally gave me something to put on my finger. Got to go sleep in my own bed, and then they gave me the results and. Let me know. Yep, I definitely have it. But
So
it was a game changer.
You're using the CPAP machine, and are you using the smaller, more refined one that they're bragging about now?
Yeah, yep, the one that's easy to carry on. You can, I can take it anywhere.
Well, here's a question I have to ask about that, Jeff, and also there's been these new things about people who are not cleaning them properly, and there's potential
mold,
carcinogens, and things that can develop. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I know a few years ago there was a thing with one of the CPAP machines that was actually melting a mechanism.
Okay, that's not good.
Issues, but
yeah.
No. So recently, if you just you go, YouTube anything, and YouTube how to clean it, and if there's some things you got to do daily, some things you got to do weekly, and some things you got to do monthly.
Well, I'm glad it changed your life, man. That's awesome.
Thanks, Jeff. I mean, for a lot of people, it does work. Some people, it does not. I mean, it's too intrusive or it's just too much.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Let me go to Brian, and then we're going to move on. Brian, morning, bud.
Hey, guys. How are you? Just wanted to jump in because I'm an Inspire device user as we speak. It's a absolute game changer. And, Preston, you were talking about the muscles. It's actually the tongue.
Okay.
So what happens is the tongue gets buried in the back of your throat when you sleep. So, I would wake up choking, like when you watch a movie and there's somebody's nightmare,
yeah.
So it's like that underwater feeling, and it's horrendous. And so my blood pressure shot up. I'm only 47. But I was having like 200 interruptions per evening. So it's like just a ridiculous amount. So it is, it's a full surgery. It's in my right part of my chest. There's a remote control I click on. There's a 20-minute window before it clicks on. And then what happens is your tongue just pops out. It looks like a reptilian, it's weird. And it feels super weird when you start. But then I have not had a choke or an interference since then. So it's a game changer.
How about just how you're feeling day to day? Less lethargic?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so like 2 o'clock, I'm a principal, so I'd be like 2 o'clock, I'd have meetings. I'm like, I can't even, I'm so tired.
Wow.
That's gone. I sleep really, really well. So, it's like Casey said, it might change things for MRIs or whatever down the line, but I would never go. I tried the CPAP, man. The thing would like dislodge and like blow air in my eyeballs, and it was ridiculous. I'll never suggest it. So anyway, yeah, if you need it, I'm like I said, 47, my blood pressure dropped. I'm way healthier and I sleep better. So
cool, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Happy to hear that. Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, man.
guys.
All right, we'll see you. All right. So anyhow, they're trying this drug might work. They're still testing it. They recruited 300 people to do this sleep apnea test, and this medication apparently worked in over 50% of them. So they're going to take a harder look at it, and maybe a couple of years down the road.
Yeah, the more options, the merrier.
Might be something.
Yeah.
Real quick, Nick pulled up this fact about poison ivy. About 15% of people are resistant to the effects of poison ivy and are not allergic to the urushiol oil in the plant's leaves, stems, and roots. However, there's no way to be completely immune to urushiol.
So whether it be poison oak, poison ivy, there might be something that will get you.
Right. Maybe.
But I think for right now, Kathy, you and I can form our own version of the Avengers.
You know what,
we
Kath?
can go roll around in it.
You needed this as a win, right? You know?
Seriously, yes. Casey, thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've had enough.
I'm allergic to everything else.
She's allergic to traffic. She breaks out in hives.
All right, got another study that I would like to share with you. This one's really interesting. Giving pregnant women Viagra pills during labor may reduce the risk of them needing an emergency cesarean section.
Again, another application for Viagra.
The risk of fetal distress was also lower among women given the little blue pills. Sildenafil citrate, the generic name for the drug sold as Viagra, works for erectile dysfunction by widening blood vessels and increasing blood flow. Researchers believe that it should also increase uterine blood flow in pregnant women, ensuring more oxygen gets to the fetus. So they conducted a trial on 208 subjects.
And they say that during the actual birth process, it gives the doctor the boner to pull up on.
Stop.
And open up everything more.
Even on females?
Yeah.
Wow. Half were given up to 3 doses of Viagra during labor, while the other half a placebo. In the Viagra group, 13 out of the 104 women needed emergency cesarean section. In the control group, 27 women, more than twice as many, underwent an emergency operation.
It's a blood flow thing, and it's amazing.
Results show that sildenafil is an effective and safe intervention to prevent fetal distress and reduce the need for emergency cesarean during labor.
Cool.
They said that larger trials are urgently needed to further validate the results to establish its widespread use in labor management. The results echo a similar 2019 Australian study of 300 women, which also found a very promising 50% reduction in the number of emergency surgeries among women who took Viagra in labor.
It's astonishing.
Wow.
They are now supposedly working on a way where in utero they can give your baby abs.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
Did you see? I just heard this morning, and I was looking for the actual article, and I can't find it. But the number of emergency C-sections that are performed that they believe are not really necessary.
Really?
And they found that. In some of them, when a woman would go into an emergency C-section, there were no scheduled C-sections, and the operating room was open.
What a well. Listen, there's no secret that there's a profit margin that has to be met, and I wouldn't doubt that. It chills you to think of it, but
they're taking a big risk. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If they were to do that. Unnecessarily huge risk.
I watched a documentary about the different things and where they'll sort of finesse you towards certain procedures. if you have an unscrupulous doctor.
Exactly. It's the individual, obviously.
My brothers and I were all born via C-section. I'm the oldest, and when Josh, my youngest brother, was born, the doctors told my mom that it would be a real risk if she were to get pregnant again. And my parents didn't plan on having any kids after Josh anyway, but I don't know if that's still the case or not.
It was the case with us. Yeah, because my wife had 3 C-sections, and they were like, you're done.
What they told my mom and my dad was that the amount of scar tissue that had built up underneath where the C-section was performed, there was the possibility that would never heal properly, so that my mom would actually bleed out if they were to perform another C-section.
Wow.
Yeah, so Nick, I have my cousin almost died during childbirth because of that. She actually had a 4th child. They told her after 2 not to have any more, and then she had 3 and 4, and during the 4th, she almost bled out. They ended up having to do a full hysterectomy, so she woke up and like everything was removed. And then I had another friend, same thing happened, and she went unconscious, didn't even know she had given birth. They had to give her a blood transfusion like over the next 3 days. So it's still a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's only so many times you can go to that well, because it is a pretty...
It's invasive.
Yeah.
Big time. All right, well, Viagra.
Yeah,
might
man.
fix some
Is
of
there
those
anything
problems.
it can't do?
All right, one more story. I've never heard of this before. A highly contagious illness known as slapped cheek disease for the facial rashes it causes in children is on the rise. The CDC issued an alert noting infections caused by human paravirus B19, the virus behind slapped cheek disease, are increasing at higher levels than usual in the United States. 14 countries in Europe also have reported substantial increase.
What is it?
The seasonal illness, also known as fifth disease, spreads through nasal mucus and saliva, often from coughs and sneezes. In healthy children, its symptoms usually are mild, but slapped cheek disease can be serious for pregnant women and people with weakened immune systems, according to the Mayo Clinic. So the CDC does not officially track fifth disease, but the agency has received reports indicating the illness is on the rise, especially children ages range from 5 to 9. So the infections are known as fifth disease because the illness historically ranked 5th on the list of common childhood rashes.
Well, that's just lazy list writing.
So it can cause a rash that turns the children's cheeks red.
Like a rosacea?
Yeah, leading to its other colloquial name, slapped cheek disease. Yeah, it's like rosacea, yeah. The hell?
Who?
Oh, my God.
Wait.
Did you cut to...
No. So I have this stapled together. So this means that, there are more pages to the story.
Yeah. Is it a different story?
I flipped to it and it says, the right way to vacuum.
Wait, what?
Moving right along.
This is now you're talking Kathy's language here.
That's why I had to save this story in the first place, so it would be all about Kathy. Oh, my God.
Well, enough about slap cheeks.
Yeah.
The only way to do it is to get rid of it is to vacuum your child's cheek.
So those short, quick back and forth motions that the majority of people do in vacuuming isn't sucking up all that dust and dirt and lint. No.
Slong and long.
Slong and
long.
Slow.
Slong and long.
Slow and long.
Slong and long. I like my men slong and long.
Or just slong.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Is that what it is?
No, it's not.
Kathy Romano.
Do you really want to know now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Are you kidding? Of course I do.
The more efficient way to vacuum and the way professional cleaners do it is to go forward in structured rows.
Slong.
You first start by vacuuming a row of your carpeting in one direction, wall to wall. This first pass should be against the nap of the carpet to make it fluff up and to make the deeply embedded dirt come up easier. A way to tell if you're vacuuming against the nap correctly is if the carpet piles stick up or look a little darker.
Right.
Next, you push the vacuum back over that strip you just vacuumed. This will lay the carpet back down flat and will suck up the rest of the dirt you missed on the first pass. And once you're back to your starting place, vacuum another strip right next to the first, overlapping slightly. Keep repeating this routine until the whole thing is done. So, Kathy, you go all the way up one row.
It's like mowing the lawn.
And then backwards on that same row.
That's what I meant when I said slong. Like
Now.
you're just going all the way. Like you don't do the little, back and forth. You go all the way to the end.
Yeah, but then you backtrack over that same spot you just did. Then, once you've completed that step, you go perpendicular and do the exact same thing.
Oh, wow.
Across the other way. So that's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is a lot.
That's
There you
that.
go.
But that's, I mean, if I shampoo the carpet, that's how I do that. I go all the way and then come back. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I love a good, like,
a good vacuum?
A carpet that.
A good lattice design?
Yeah. I love it. I remember my buddy Matt, like, his mom vacuumed every single day, but it was just so pleasing to walk into their living room. It's like, oh, look at these lines. It's like lines on a lawn, you know?
I worked for a woman. I babysat her kids, and one of the jobs was to vacuum, and the living room had to have the lines in it.
Really?
When she came home from work, like if it didn't, she was like, "Oh, you didn't have time. You didn't have time to do the living room when the kids were sleeping."
I took a dump on your nightstand too.
Yeah, not many people did, Casey.
That's apparently the right way to vacuum. You're going to comment on vacuuming?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm going to go back because we have a call here I'm going to go to. Go ahead.
I think that nobody in my family is allowed to vacuum anymore. They have broken 3 very expensive vacuum cleaners. They don't clean up the big pieces first, and like literally the last thing there was a drumstick. Like an actual musical instrument drumstick that was stuck in the long tube, and I'm trying.
That's awesome. I appreciate that they're trying to clean up.
How would you even think that you could effectively vacuum up a drumstick?
It's just lazy.
Was it done on purpose so that they don't have to vacuum from here on out?
No, I don't think so.
Screwing it up so that I'm so bad at vacuuming, I'm never going to vacuum again.
I have a question. Do you think that they just weren't paying attention and they rolled over and it got up in there, or they literally were trying to suck up a drumstick?
Listen, based on the evidence presented to me for the previous 17 years. No, I have unclogged so many vacuum cleaners, and as I'm unclogging it, I'm like, why would you even run over this with a vacuum? These are things that you need to clean up first, and then you go in and you vacuum afterwards.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, my kids don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's great, though.
Got to straighten that out, man.
But, I mean,
Carter Beauford might be in your vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
I know, but 2 Dysons and then the last like Shark. I mean,
wow. Those aren't cheap. You're right. Those are higher end vacuum cleaners. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right, man.
Thoughts and prayers. All right. We'll see. Somebody has a comment on slap cheek syndrome. So let me do that just so we can have a little, closure on the Just Saying
Symmetry.
Institute. I'm sorry to shoot off into the world of vacuum cleaning.
You're always shooting off.
Colleen, good morning.
Good morning, Preston. How are you?
I am good. So your son has this slap cheek disease?
He had it back in July.
Oh, and how long did that last?
It wasn't just on his cheeks. It started on his cheeks, and then his whole body turned into this horrible, hot, red rash.
Wow. What was the treatment for that?
There was no treatment.
He just had to wait for it to
I just had
pass?
to give him Tylenol. He's 8, so it's not like he's like, really young.
How contagious is it, though?
Tylenol, and that was it. And it eventually just slowly went away.
Casey, the article says it's through like sneezing, through, mucus and saliva, and if it gets into the air.
Yeah, we think he might have picked it up at his karate class.
Yeah. Wow. So
There was an outbreak in Camden County. My sister-in-law said that my nephew's school had a bunch of kids that had it.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Per this article, this was from a few weeks ago, but yeah, it's going around. So, was it painful to him?
He didn't like the fact that it was hot.
Yeah,
he would be draping. He would drape cold washcloths over himself to fall asleep.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm glad he's doing better, but I didn't know, that it could cover your whole body like that. But thank you, Colleen. Yeah. We do appreciate that. All right. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe happening with school back in, or kids are congregating a little bit
Sneezing
more.
all over each other.
All right. Well, that is all. I hope we had some really interesting stuff from the Just Saying
actually pretty
Institute
good.
today. Yeah. So, Viagra and epilepsy drugs
and abs.
And abs. How about that?
What else? What more can you ask for?
All right, we are going to break and come back with not only another sexy song in the Back to School A to Z, but we have the bizarre file and a big announcement to make. We want to reveal those details to you, so make sure that you do stay with us. You don't want to miss. We'll be right back.
It's like saying, I don't like him because of who he is.
Yeah, right.
I found out who he is in the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we talk about the joke, and it's the classic joke is you get 200 great reviews, and that one that stinks.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
But I know the real thing.
No, you know.
The real thing is, that person got loved.
Yeah.
And don't know what it's like. But at least they got loved.
Yeah.
Because they got loved in one way or the other. Because they had to say it. They had to say it. So they read it.
Yeah.
I got a text on one of the past, as long as we do have to wrap up, unfortunately. But this person says,
"Doggone it!"
It says, Tommy's story is amazing. Thank him for being a beautiful human being, especially for what he went through.
Yeah.
So there's some great comments.
I will say that I used to like Tommy before this interview. Now I love him.
Now you love him.
Now I
Thank
love
you,
him.
thank you, thank you. Looking out on my lonely room, day after.
Is that Badfinger?
Yeah.
It's a great song.
I'm going to get your book.
What was it? Who was that?
Oh, that's yes. Roundabout.
Now, you gonna change your ways.
Now,
yes, meet Sammy Davis.
Now I remember the last
That was
time.
Sammy Davis Jr. doing yes.
I remember the last time we had you, and you immediately just launched into Philadelphia Freedom, just like that. Before I even asked you one question.
Yeah, but I got a new Sammy verse. I got my eye, it's out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I love it.
Well, World Cafe live tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Now I got a new one.
Funny music with Tommy Davidson and Marcus Mitchell on sax. I wanted to mention him because you were talking about radio. So.
Come out and have some fun.
Listen,
I'll be there.
It's wonderful to see you. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you,
today.
man. You guys are still here. Like radio still exists.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
There you go. It's for you.
You know what I mean?
This is Roundabout, by the way. It's got a long intro.
It does.
I would have gotten to it, but we got to take a break.
Shows tonight.
Thank you.
We know
so
what you
much.
mean.
Yeah.
WorldCafeLive.com to get tickets to see Tommy Davidson. We're going to take a break, right? It's our buddy Tom Papa calling him?
Yeah, we got cool.
So we'll come back.
We got cool.
We got
cool.
Casey. I've done something like that so many times that I can't bust your balls about it. We'll come back in a second with Tom Papa. We got cool. Stay there. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
This Saturday, the Keswick Theater is going to light up with the comedy stylings of our next guest. He's a friend of the show. We love having him on. He's one of my absolute favorite. Please give some love to Mr. Tom Papa. This morning. Yay. It's early. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you, sir. Tom's joining us via Zoom this morning. You look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Yeah, well, it's you have a Cracker Jack staff over there. Casey sent me a reminder that we have the interview today at 4:30 a.m.
It's better than nothing.
He knows I was sitting there waiting for confirmation in the middle of the night here in L.A.
I imagine you sitting like in a big lounge chair with a little glass of scotch and just waiting, just anticipating the moment at which you get to talk to us.
Stroking my cat. When will they call?
Like Blofeld.
I talked to Tom 5 minutes ago in the other room, and I told him that I failed at my job, and then you brought it on air.
Well, see, this wouldn't be an issue if you were East Coast. But
I know. It makes me very angry. I was like, every time I come on, I'm like, well, next time when I come through, I'm coming in the studio for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And I've got to be in Nashville the night before, so it always blows it.
Well, the draw obviously was you love to surf, and that's why you ended up out there.
Yeah, I'm big into surfing. I love yoga. I'm doing the 1970s version of California.
Yeah, exactly. The endless
everybody
summer.
Everybody else has moved on. I'm walking around with my chest hair out, gold chains just tangled in my spooky cobweb body hair.
It's funny you mentioned that because there's a commercial with Mark Spitz on now. It's for some sort of colonoscopy in a box or something like that. But Mark Spitz was like that, exactly what you just the matted chest hair and the medallion.
There's a line in the song "Macho Man" from the classic Village People,
right?
Where he goes, "You see all this hair on my chest?" I'm like, wow, man, that was really that was it.
That's over now.
Thing. There was definitely
people were turned on by that, I guess.
So Tom, you're gonna be at the Keswick on Saturday, and I feel like you're almost exclusively when you come to this area, almost exclusively you play the Keswick Theater, and I'm not sure if that is your choice, management, or but I just I
it's
love
a great
that
theater.
It's a great theater.
So
it's
good.
A great little town and everything like that. So
town.
do you inform your booking manager where you want to play?
Yeah, it's kind of like a back and forth conversation, but I do love that place, and they kind of cultivated me coming up, and the real reason I wanted to go back, especially this time, was the Keswick was the last show I did before the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
That was, I remember I was in the lobby, I was signing books. At the end of my shows, I sign books and meet the people. And I was out there and people were like, should we shake hands? Is this okay? And everybody was all kind of screwy. And then I got on the plane the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the plane and I'm like, wow, this is getting weird. I wonder if I'm going to be doing stand-up next week. And Paula Poundstone, the great comedian Paula Poundstone, comes onto the plane and she sees me and she just leans in and goes, "We're effed."
No, it's funny you say that because that's happening a lot. This Friday, I'm hosting a charity event for the Morse Animal Refuge here in Philadelphia. It was the last event that night. A big gala. I remember everyone had that same sort of, what's going on here? What's going on? Things were going on. I lost an iPad that night, so I remember, the whole thing. And this Friday, it's like the sense is we're picking up where we left off because it's the first event back of that nature, which is kind of it feels right.
Yeah. It does, and it feels like a milestone for sure. I'm a little concerned. I thought you said I lost my eye patch.
It turned out I realized I have a functional second eye, and why have I been wearing this?
People say the pandemic's bad, but I was able to use both eyes for the first time.
It's a joy.
Oh man!
But the theater thing.
Yeah, but I'm really psyched for sure, and it's there's only some tickets left. There's not. I came on because I really want to sell the place out. I just want it to be like this triumphant kind of like return.
Well, you're a dear friend of the show, so we please help Tom realize his goal. And if honestly, you're so good at what you do, and I think over this period, which no one would want to say, hey, I hope we have a pandemic, but I think what you do, how you've done it. The way you've approached thematically your shows, I think it's meant a lot to people. So I'm sure you've got, people will need to seize upon this opportunity to see you live after all this time.
Thank you. It is funny that now that I've been out for a bit, and you do see all the people when like I said, I sign books at the end of every show, and I get to see all these people that have been like they travel. Like I used to just kind of skip out the back.
Right
now, you're actually sitting and signing books, and people come up and you forget, like, oh, we traveled and we stayed in a hotel and we came from 6 hours and we flew in from Toronto. And the thing I keep hearing is that my Netflix special, You're Doing Great, was like therapy for people during the pandemic. Like, because it was kind of upbeat. It was very optimistic. Like, you're doing great. We're going to get through this. And even the book was You're Doing Great and even reasons to stay alive. And other reasons to stay alive. And I was just writing it, but I didn't realize it was became like a self-help book, and a self-help special.
It's brilliant, and there's sometimes it's weird when you experience like a blowback from a desire to feel good and see the glass as half full. It's how we survive as a species. And Preston was just talking about, we had a segment about long despair and all of the people who are just in the throes of dealing with all this stuff. That's the service you provide. It is a release. A comedy has always helped me throughout my life, whether I was watching Bugs Bunny cartoons or whatever, going through a bad time. It does heal, and so it's got to be very good for you to see those people smiling and reacting to you that way.
100%, 100%, and I named the tour the tour that I'm on, the Family Reunion Tour, and I really feel like it's the family that I want to be with when I'm on the road and see all of the people. I literally was saying the other night on stage, I was like, remember back in the pandemic when they said we couldn't hang out with our families? They said we actually couldn't see our families for like a year. Wow, those were the good old days.
I think we may have discussed this before, but if not, your stand-up is huge on TikTok right now. And so I'm wondering if that has ended up, as far as your audience is concerned, is your audience trending younger these days as a result?
It's interesting. There are younger people showing up, which is very cool. It's like, because their parents already know me, and now the young people know me. And also when I was doing the NPR show, when I was doing Live from Here, which was the Prairie Home thing, that was another thing that like the whole family could listen to. So the coolest thing is when people come up and it's like the mom and the dad and like two 15-year-olds, and it's like, it's very cool. Casey, actually, you tipped me off on the TikTok trend that was happening for a while.
Yeah, you're talking about like growing people, and
you'd see it constantly on the stream. You still do, yeah.
I had this line. I made my own people. Have you ever made your own people? I've made my own people, and I'm their leader. And all of these moms started taking it and lip syncing it. And like showing their kids like doing like picking their nose or scratching their ass, and they're like, "Have you made your own people?" I have, and it became this trend. I was like, the joy of being able to tell my 16-year-old daughter that I was a trend on TikTok.
Top that.
Yeah. Tom,
she was so angry.
We're all kind of students of comedy and fans of comedy, and I love, just like everybody else in the room, the Netflix special was therapeutic and funny. But when you watch something at home, you usually like kind of chuckle to yourself a little bit, maybe laugh if you're watching with somebody, but there's not like the double over laughter that you get at a live experience. And so I love going to clubs. I love going to like the Keswick and seeing comedy shows there. I've seen, I saw Saget there. I saw Mike Birbiglia. So I'm curious as to like when you perform live, getting that type of reaction versus getting the, hey, that made me laugh type of thing, like actually seeing people laugh. Do you know the difference that I'm trying to explain?
Yeah, no, it's a huge thing. I was talking about this the other day, that I feel like we need to have a return of comedies, film.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, they were throwing so much comedy at us, like A comedies, B list, C list. They were just showing Ernest Goes to Camp and Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, they just kept throwing comedies at us, and a lot of them were terrible. But we all went to the movie theater and sat there and watched. And when there's this weird thing with human beings and this energy that connects us. And when you're in a theater and you hear someone else laugh, and then you laugh, and then it connects to the other person, and it's contagious.
It's communal. Yeah, it's great.
It really catches. When I do shows, I do like these corporate shows sometimes, where a company like Microsoft will hire me to go do their thing. And the thing that they always screw up, which I literally have in my contract, is no dance floor. Like you have to have people starting at the stage. They used to put like a big dance floor, and just that gap between me and the audience. Like if you take
MMR,
we're gonna get to your bizarre file stories, and then right after that, we have an announcement to make. So let's go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
We're going to start with this story out of Malaysia, and I saw these pictures. It's messed up, man. A woman has been hospitalized after a gang of vicious otters tore at her skin while she was on a run.
That's pretty brutal.
She is bloodied up in this picture. The bevy of 8 hungry beasts charged to the Tanjung Aru Recreational Park looking for food, and they spotted the middle-aged woman and surrounded her while plunging their sharp teeth into her legs, piercing her pink Lycra fitness leggings. She was pictured sitting on a curb in tears with several deep wounds across her shins, arms, and legs that were covered in blood.
It's like an otter wilding.
Chilling footage shows the same ferocious otters running across the parking space where they were seen moments after attacking the woman. The shaken jogger was taken to a nearby hospital while a wildlife team was sent to the park to monitor the otters. Look at her legs. We're looking at these pictures now. Look at the leggings and how full of blood they are.
She's effed up.
Yeah, the wildlife department director said preliminary investigations found that a group of otters entered the recreation center to look for food in the park pond. The director added that the wild otters have entered the pond area before, but the recent attack indicated a change in behavior. The fence around the park is going to be reinforced due to the incident. Park goers were urged to avoid going near the fences and interacting with the animals to prevent conflicts. And previously, a male park goer was also attacked by otters while walking around the area with his two friends. He was also hospitalized due to his injuries.
They had some sharp friggin' teeth, man, the otters.
Otters are generally not aggressive towards humans, but can become defensive or aggressive when they feel threatened or cornered, particularly when protecting their young or territory. This gal got beat up pretty bad, man. In England, an investigation has been launched after a patient was found dead in a catering oven at a hospital.
Oh my God.
There's a weird twist to this, too. Police were called to Kettering General Hospital after the unnamed man's body was discovered on Friday. The area cordoned off while officers investigated. And here's the twist. Police have since confirmed they are not treating the death as suspicious.
What's suspicious about a dead body in a catering oven?
No details have been released as to how the man came to be in the oven, and the hospital said that they are investigating the circumstances surrounding the tragedy. A police spokeswoman said police officers were called to the sudden death of a man at Kettering General Hospital on Friday, and we are not treating this death as suspicious, and we'll be preparing a report.
Any hypothesis as to how that happened?
Not in that story.
Or was somebody baking up a nice dead body pizza?
I have not said yet, so we'll follow along. Dominic Pelletier was arrested at his home in Stoneham, Quebec, following a police investigation into videos on Facebook and TikTok showing him creating increasingly large explosions by blowing up various objects. Police searched his home, seized pipe bombs, propane tanks, burned aerosol cans, as well as ammunition. Pelletier has now pleaded guilty, explaining that he was unemployed at the time and was trying to get online attention so he could monetize the videos.
Blowed up real good.
The prosecution and defense lawyers proposed a 1-year community sentence for Pelletier, leaving Judge Stephen Magnan puzzled. He said to him, "How old are you?" Knowing that the man is 43 years old.
Right.
The judge remarked to the notion of making money this way would have been inexplicable for an 18-year-old, but he said, but at 43? And then he just left it hanging there.
Right.
Magnan told the defendant that what he did potentially endangered his life and those of others. He said, Pelletier said, "I was reckless." He's working full-time and asserts that he has taken control of his life now.
And you're also a moron.
The judge noted that one of the requirements for allowing someone to serve their sentence in the community is to ensure that they do not pose a threat to society. They will announce on Friday whether or not Pelletier will be allowed to serve his sentence in the community or not.
That said, I too like to blow up things periodically.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Peruvian authorities seized a shipment of 390 endangered Lake Titicaca frogs, which are used in traditional medicine as an ingredient to enhance sex drive, specifically in men. It's kind of they're supposedly like a natural Viagra.
There's something to the Lake Titicaca species?
I've always wanted to say Lake Titicaca on the air.
And there you go.
The Peruvian authorities are doing this because the Lake Titicaca frog is being threatened by illegal trafficking, pollution, and climate change. These particular frogs were found in a cardboard box inside of a truck en route to Lima.
They have found the same species in the Big Floppy Jugs Reservoir.
But the Lake Titicaca frog is one of the world's largest aquatic frogs.
Didn't know that.
Sadly, due to the variety of factors, its population has declined by 80% over the past 15 years. Wildlife trafficking is a serious crime in Peru with penalties of upwards of $14,000 in fines. The median salary in Peru is between $500 and $800 a month. For most people, a fine of $14,000 basically financially ruins your life.
I think the only thing I really remember about that, Nick, is is it the highest navigable lake in the world?
I think it's the largest, the highest freshwater lake in the world.
Is that what it is?
From Groundhog Day?
No.
Lake Titicaca?
I don't know why. I think I learned it in high school or something like that, but I also apparently didn't learn it. But I don't even know what navigable lake is. Does that just mean you can put boats on it? I don't know what that. Okay.
Yeah, the Susquehanna River in Pennsylvania is the longest non-navigable river in the world.
Oh, wow.
Really?
There you go.
Non-navigable.
Yeah.
Meaning no
real.
No navigs.
No navigs?
No navigs. Not one navig.
This is
No.
this is a non-navig leg here.
Wait, but so nothing with a motor, but can you like kayak and
Yes.
What's
you can
that?
kayak.
What is that? What is
No,
that?
you can't really take like any barges up and down the Susquehanna River. So,
Okay.
You know what? Lake Nicaragua, if we're talking about unique lake facts, is the only lake in the world that has sharks, freshwater sharks.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'll make sure to never go there.
Does anybody have any other lake trivia they would like to add to this conversation?
Lake Victoria.
What are the Finger Lakes?
One last story. What?
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh.
The groundhog. I think he says Lake Titty-Tock.
He does.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was. In fact, I included the story hoping you would pick up on that.
Okay, I did,
Yeah.
but then Casey threw me off with the high school facts, and I was thinking Groundhog Day like you were thinking, Preston. Back to you.
All right, here we go. Last story. Arizona police estimate 30 people were injured when they said a 73-year-old man drove into the building of the lodge he was trying to leave. Thomas Edward Kane, 73 years old, was arrested after the vehicle drove into the Elks Lodge building. Alcohol was a contributing factor, said police, who provided no additional details.
How the hell did that happen?
No deaths were reported, but police reported a number of injuries of varying severity. At least 10 people were taken to local hospitals. One person was in critical but stable condition.
Can I talk my way out of this with an interesting fact about Lake Titicaca?
15 people were treated at the scene for minor injuries, and others took themselves to the hospital. Kane is in custody. And that is all I have for you in the Bizarre File. All right, you guys ready for an announcement?
Yeah!
All right. This is a return announcement. And this little extravaganza is going to begin on Monday, this coming Monday. And we are happy to announce the return of Good Money It.
We love doing this.
Another chance for you to win cash. It's our cash contest and an opportunity for you to win $1,000. It starts on Monday. We'll do it 5 times a day. And if you've forgotten how it works, let me just remind you, listen at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 3 and 5 p.m. At those times, we'll announce a keyword. And then we'll give you 15 minutes after the hour to enter it. And there are 3 ways for you to enter it. You can do it through WMMR.com. There's the MMR app, or you can text it to our special short code number, which is 45911, and one winner will get $1,000. And it's brought to you by Horizon Services, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. You can get the rules and details and all that stuff at WMMR.com. But it is Good Money and it starts on Monday.
Yes.
And we'll be rolling that out 5 times a day. Lots of cash to be given away. And we have lots of winners here on MMR. So I'd like to add you to that list. All right, let's take a quick break. We will come back in a moment or two. More of sex songs from Back School A to Z. We'll be right back.
You've killed it. You've killed the electricity chain.
Right.
So but if you have the people up to the stage, that laugh, my energy will connect to those people, which will spread through the theater.
Yeah.
Hey, do you pick up on distinct laughers in the crowd? Because some people really stand out with their laugh. And if so, do you kind of target them if you can?
Yeah, well, I don't target them, but it's definitely conscious. And the thing that I have to do is remind myself that just accept it as a real laugh.
Okay.
Because when I was starting and I would hear someone like, the insecurity was they're fake laughing.
Right,
They're mocking,
right.
They're mocking me. And then I would attack them, and everyone in the audience is like, what are you doing that for? He likes the show the best. And I'm like, he's not real.
There are some people that have that ha 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 like cartoon, like it's written out
As
ha
if,
ha ha.
like the
laughter.
Frankenstein monster has learned to laugh.
Exactly. But that's how they laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have to say something just to get it off my chest. Like, something like, I don't know. Thanks for bringing you thanks for bringing your pet seal or whatever.
I wonder what percentage of your audience now too, because you've got. You've built obviously the podcast and your various shows and all the things you're involved with. Have you ever done sort of a casual breakdown of who's there and what they're there, what Was there entree to getting into Tom Papa?
I know. I'm always so curious about it, but it's weird to just like stop in the middle of a comedy show and be like, "Okay, we're gonna take a little survey now." Who here drove more than 2 hours? More than 2 hours? Where did you? Because it really is it is a mystery, and I kind of like that it is a mystery.
Right.
But there's times when I'll go play like a performing arts center, and I know these people are like parents, you know, they've got families and stuff, and I know they're not on TikTok. I know they're not even on Twitter.
Right.
And I'm like, and I've been tweeting about my show all week. I'm like, how did you find out that I was here if you're not on Twitter?
Right.
You know what I mean? You guys don't use Instagram? Where did you come from? I don't know. I think it's just a combination of everything, I guess, over the years.
Well, it's almost like we've been digital, but we re-embrace some analog technology. You know, we remember that, yes, the word used to get out regardless of social media.
Yes.
And so that is something that is every bit as important. I mean, we here with terrestrial radio, which is still, you know, the big mofo, it's still it still has something that connects in a very, you know, soundtrack of your life kind of way. And your podcast and your shows, they all have a regular radio feel to it. You know, you don't want to get
it's that sense of community,
right?
It's that thing of like we belong to something. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to know that we belong to something, and I think that's what's lost in some markets when they don't have really strong local radio. It's such a shame because you look forward to like, oh, the band is coming to our town.
Yeah.
Oh, we're celebrating this thing this week. We're getting together and looking for his eye patch.
Why was I even wearing that? But you're right. And then when a band would come to town and they were playing your city and they would mention the last town, I was like, oh, them. Like an old girlfriend, you know? Cause
you boo.
Only him, boo. Do you remember a time when? I mean, I know we've mentioned the George Carlin picture behind you, and I know he's very important, you know, to you. Do you remember a time as an audience member where you had that gasping, doubled over moment where you were responding to a comedian on stage?
You mean in the past? Like
for your entire life.
Yeah,
I'll give you a good broad time frame.
Comedy's such a funny thing that like you could just be watching a bunch of people, especially like on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch different people at different times, and you're just like you said, like, oh, that's funny, you know, you just kind of chuckle. And I watched John Panette a couple weeks ago.
Right.
You remember John Panette?
Oh, yeah.
Man, he just hooked me. And I'm alone in my room, just literally, he got me. He and every line was making me laugh harder, and I was trying not to laugh so I could hear the next line. And I was like, oh man, this is such a beautiful thing. This guy just up there yelling about corn dogs. But I always tend to, I like stuff like Carlin, and I love like stuff that has a little meaning to it, but I also love, that was the thing I liked about Carlin, was that he also combined it with being very silly.
Yeah.
Like in Carnegie Hall, like he would be talking about something heavy and political, and all of a sudden he's pretending he's a crab walking across the stage.
That's great.
I'm always attracted to silly because I have a very low IQ.
Robert Klein was I remember seeing Robert Klein when I was in college, and that you know, that was it, what you just described. There was, you know, he didn't dismiss that part of the audience that would respond well to that, as you know, because I'm sure you design your act in a way to hit different group. You want to hit the largest group, but you also want to have people go, that was for me. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really plan it.
Yeah.
You just gotta kind of do what you think is funny.
Right.
You know, you just gotta do, like, if it makes you laugh, and then all of a sudden it hits with a couple people, and you can't really plan out, like, I want to try and get this group, because like you said, I don't even know who's out there.
Right.
I don't know who's in the audience. It could just be,
Shriners.
Yeah. Yeah, or all stoners. I have no idea.
Do you still pop into the clubs in L.A. when you're working on material and stuff? And how often?
Yeah. I'm going to the Comedy Store tonight. That's where I've been going mostly, is Comedy Store in Largo.
I'm so jealous of New Yorkers and L.A. people, because you just go to a club on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, and it's like, it's Tom Papa.
A marquee name.
All 10 marquee names in one night. That's just, to me, it's mind-blowing.
It is pretty. I know they always, the Comedy Store always takes a picture of the lineup and posts it, and all the comments are like kids from Kansas, like, God, what's wrong with me? Why do I live here?
Well, we do have our
I wanna
moments.
be in LA.
You can go into a restaurant here on any given night and see Jervis from the first season of Survivor.
Yeah.
Ooh, no way. See, you really, it's bad enough I can't be in the studio with you. Now you got to throw that at me.
So I'm looking at some of the guests that you've had on your podcast, and I wanted to ask about, because growing up, I watched short attention span theater, the half-hour comedy hour. I loved all of that stuff, and so you would see just snippets of all these comedians, and Judy Gold was one of them. Yeah. And is she known as the Holla Queen?
The Holla Queen?
Or is that just because it's on the Breaking Bread podcast?
Yeah. Holla. Yeah. Oh man. For a minute I thought you were making some Holocaust joke.
No. Oh God. No.
Listen, people. Casey's Holocaust material is amazing.
Oh my God.
And you think, this is just going to go south, but the way he finesses it.
When he sent me that text at 4:30 this morning, he was like, "Wait till you see the Holocaust joke I've got for you today." No, yes, challah, the bread challah.
Yeah.
Yes, Judy Gold is amazing making challah bread. I had no idea. I love Judy to death. She's one of my favorites. She's such a force. I put her in my live shows in New York, and I came on. She came on to the Breaking Bread podcast, and her background that she put for Zoom was one giant piece of challah that she had made.
So talking about that time in my life when I watched a lot of short attention span theaters, she had a punchline that, what was this, like 1989? And how many years later, 32 years later, I still remember the punchline, and it was silly. She was talking about getting changed in a dressing room, and the lady opens up the curtain, and she says, I don't need your help. Like, I'm naked with a belt on. And I don't know why that punchline sticks out to me so much. And I think it's because it didn't dawn on me that, I think she might have been trying to steal a belt. Otherwise, why would you be naked with a belt on? And I don't know, but I loved that time in my life when I was just discovering these comedians.
The Judy Gold age.
It was Judy. But listen, it was Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
He had a big thing about wiener dogs back then. I remember that because
it sounds like you were going through puberty.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like between Judy Gold naked in a dressing room and Norm Macdonald going
wiener
with his wiener. It sounds to me, Casey, like you were becoming a man.
I was.
You were becoming a man.
I'm still working on it, Tom.
And now he gets in touch with you at 4:30 in the morning. It's all good. So is this an extended tour that you're going to be doing, or?
I'm on tour pretty heavily through September, and then in September I shoot my next Netflix specials.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's all building up to that.
Tom, I wanted to touch on the bread for a moment because we wouldn't be talking to you.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit of sourdough bread. Have you ever addressed the sourdough bowl concept and how you feel on that? It seems like a kind of a big waste. I like sourdough bowls, but it would seem like kind of a waste of all that bread.
Yeah, I only like it when I'm in, because a lot of places those are in theme parks and stuff. And I only like the sourdough bowls if I see the person eating the bowl when they're done with the chowder.
There you go.
I think that's...
If I look over and saw you gnawing at it, I would be happy. If someone just uses it as a bowl, I'm very offended.
Why not a cup? Why not make can you make a sourdough cup? They just a little bit
tiny, like a shot glass?
No, not a shot glass.
Sourdough.
You
There's
just
a
walk around with it. Just walk around town and munching on your cup.
Steve, they could make the hat where you put two of them up here. And
Two
it's
sourdoughs with tomato
Princess
soup
Leia
coming out.
ears.
So, can you do a sourdough? Hey, if you're just tuning in, we made an announcement a moment ago that MMR's Good Morning It cash contest returns on Monday. Yep, we're starting that up again 5 times a day. Monday through Friday, we'll have a chance to win $1,000. So don't miss it. Monday morning, it starts at 8 a.m., and then we do it again at 10, noon, 3, and 5 p.m. That's each and every day, and it's sponsored by Horizon Services, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. So get set. Steve, you wanted to mention something, an announcement made the other day.
Absolutely. It's Kegs for Cats. It's tomorrow. It's a happy hour event at the Philadelphia Brewing Company. It benefits Morris Animal Refuge vis-a-vis Max Fund, and basically there's a huge cat population now, again, in the city and in the surrounding areas, and they're homeless, and so they're endeavoring to get them off the streets, and this is a great event. It's the first time we've ever had a Friday happy hour. It is at the Philadelphia Brewing Company. Tickets can be purchased in advance. You can also do walk-up, and what it is just a great hang with beer, and you get all sorts of beer and cider included in your ticket purchase or your purchase at the door, and there's going to be food provided by Moshava, which is a great award-winning food truck, and live music provided by a band called Kitty Rotten, which is kind of a lot of fun. They dress up as cats. Yeah. I'm hosting the evening. There's raffles, prizes, and all that, all the standard stuff, but it's just a terrific location. They have this area right in the loading dock, which is set up, outdoors and indoors. They have a wonderful bar, but it's just a cool vibe, and there's a load of parking around the area. So if you can make it after work or you're on the way to something, 5:30 to 8:30 at the Philadelphia Brewing Company. The end result is we'll have a great time, and a whole bunch of animals that are sadly left in a bad situation can be helped through Morris Animal Refuge. So that's it. Thank you very much.
All right, PrestonandSteve.com. The info is all right there. I wanted to try something out with you guys. I found an article the other day. It was just one of these random, fun fact type of things that you can kind of stumble into. And it was the greatest ad slogans over the past, several decades. And I started going through them, and it was kind of nostalgic and fun to just kind of retrace some of those slogans that are just burned into your mind.
The effective ones do that.
Yeah.
They lock and load.
I wanted to try some of these out on you guys, and I was trying to think of some type of game that we could just play here on the air, not for calling in. We're saving our we got some good giveaways. We're going to do those tomorrow with the connoisseur. But I thought it might be kind of fun to have you guys play.
All right.
I would like to play, but I can't because I'm going to host this.
And you know the answers already.
Marissa, I should have done this ahead of time. In the office, in the drawers by my desk, we have those little buzzers. If you could grab those, because I'm going to have you guys use them to buzz in.
All right.
And I'm gonna play. I thought of just throwing an ad slogan out there, and then you buzz in and guess. That's kind of boring. So I wanted to change it up a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly, word by word, begin
parse it out,
the slogan phrase, and when you think you know it, buzz in and give me an answer.
So it's name that slogan.
It's name that slogan.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. I thought about doing them backwards, which would be kind of difficult as well. So maybe I could try one or two of those out.
Slogan that name.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It would be like that. So Marissa's going to grab these buzzers. I think they're in my desk. Yes, she found them. And then I want you guys to hold them up by the microphones, and I will try these out. And I don't care. Oh, you like the bells or do you like the... That's kind of fun. I like the bell. Or do you like that?
Oh, wait, you know what?
You guys pick whatever you want.
Hang on, because these ones have different sounds.
Yeah, the buzzer.
Okay,
Yeah, you got to do the buzzers.
And you know what? The bells are different notes, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Case? I did. Yeah, which is kind of fun. They make a little chord when they're all hit at the same time. All right, so Steve's the siren. Casey?
I got to change the batteries.
You can use a bell.
Just take a bell.
Okay. Oh.
You'll be the one with the bell. You'll be the bell one.
Green bell.
You be the bell boy.
All right. Nick. That's Nick.
Yeah.
The charge and Kathy. Kathy's got a bell. And then Casey's got the lower bell. Listen to that. They harmonize.
All right, ready? One, two.
Wait, are we going fast or slow?
No, just
one.
time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
It's nice.
OMG.
Safe light repair. Safe light replace.
So now we have to add a bell.
All right, so these are classic ad slogans, and I want to see how well you guys know these. And we'll do some easy ones.
And we're just random people who are walking by you on the street.
That's right. And we'll do some more obscure ones too.
Right.
Okay. So when you think you know it, buzz in. Hold your buzzer close to the microphone so that I can hear it. Here we go. Just do Casey.
Just do it, Nike.
Nike, correct,
Yeah, right.
yes. Are we going to keep score or are we just going to do this for fun?
Yeah, you might as well score.
All right, hang on here.
All right.
Casey's going to write that down. 1 point for Case. Now, like I said, we're going to start off easy.
Okay.
So
All
these are going to get harder. All right, here we go. Choosy. Oh,
that was close.
Nick.
Choosy moms choose Jif.
Jif is correct. Yes, absolutely. All right, 1 point each there. All right, how about this one? This is a little more difficult. A diamond. I heard Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I lost it now.
All right. Nick.
A diamond is forever, De Beers.
Yes! Well done. Like, I would have not gotten that. I would have known a diamond is forever, but not De Beers. So that's a good one. All right. How about this one? The few.
What?
Nick.
The few and the proud, the Marines.
Yes, that's correct. I heard it
I want
first.
you to check the tape. Because mine doesn't go as long. It's just a quick one. So maybe I'll hit it more often.
Yeah.
Give another point for Nick there, please. All right, here, next one. When you care. Nick?
When you care to send the very best. Oh, shoot. I don't know the product.
All right, here we go. Care enough to send the very best. Kaniki is like this. Casey. Hallmark.
Yeah.
When you really care enough to send the very best. That's absolutely correct.
I almost don't want to count that for myself.
Well,
Kaniki.
you got it. A little bit of a cheat. All right, here we go. What happens here? Wow, you guys are so close to each other. Steve?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Las Vegas. What happens here stays here. Las Vegas. That is correct. So I'm going for the product.
The product.
The product.
All right, here we go. The product.
The product.
Product.
The product.
Not the full phrase, just the product.
The product.
Okay.
When it Casey.
When it absolutely has to get there on time. FedEx. I was going to
Yes,
say.
FedEx, but you got that incorrect. It's when it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight.
Okay, so are we guessing the slogan or the product?
The product.
Do I get
The
a point?
product.
Are you
Product.
serious?
Okay.
The product.
All right.
The product.
Well, I just wanted to know if I give myself a point or not. The product?
The product.
The product.
Okay. What was that?
That was
This is a little
harmony,
clip
man.
that I have.
Okay.
I was editing something last week, and there was a and I just was like, okay, I'm gonna hang on to that for a little bit.
Keep that.
Just randomly while you were editing it?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. All right, next one. Think outside.
I don't.
Casey.
It's think outside the box, but I don't know what the product is.
Nick.
Think outside the bun, Taco Bell.
Yes!
You didn't have it, Case.
Over him.
McElwain is a savant at this. All right, I expect Steve to get this one. It takes a licking. Steve.
It takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Timex?
Timex. There we go. Well done. Patrick Swayze's dad was the spokesperson for that.
Really? He was a known watch licker.
No, what was his name? Something Swayze.
No kidding.
And he did all those commercials.
John Cameron Swayze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. He did all those Timex commercials.
Is that his name, John Cameron Swayze?
Nick is looking it up now.
Hurry up. Ask another question while Nick's buzzer's out of his hand.
Yeah. Go.
You remember they would put the watch on a prop of a boat.
Yes.
And
takes a licking and keeps on taking.
and have it run, and
I
then
think it's
would.
John Cameron Swayze.
You're probably right. I don't see his name.
Maybe it wasn't his dad. Maybe he was a
sister.
Your sister's John Cameron Swayze?
Don't ask.
No. All right. Well, we'll dive into that further later on. All right. Here's our next one. No, you'll never get this one.
Who?
I'll say it. When the world zigs zag. Steve.
Trojans.
No, not Trojans. It's BBH. I don't even know what BBH is.
That's Big Beautiful Women.
No, that's BBW.
Oh,
Big Beautiful Hooters.
BBC.
BBC.
Yeah. Something else, too. All right. Breakfast of.
Oh, man.
Wow. Who rang in first?
Wait,
this is the problem. I'm having trouble delineating between the. Go ahead, though.
Breakfast of Champions Wheaties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. Wheaties.
Our own Matt Cord is a Breakfast of Champions. Is he on one of the
No,
boxes?
he's cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
He was on a box of cornflakes when he was a
amazing.
kid. What's still amazing?
That picture.
It is. It's him. He's wearing football outfit, shoulder pads, and he's got the little grease paint under his eyes. All right, here's the next one. Think different. Steve.
Apple?
Yes. Absolutely correct. You guys are doing pretty good. What's the score so far?
Well, so far, Kathy has nothing.
Nothing.
Nick 5, me and Steve 3.
Okay, next one. These are classic and current. Some of these are current ad slogans. Yes.
Preston?
Yes, exactly. I said that.
Product.
All right, product. 15 minutes could Casey.
You can make rice. I don't know, minute rice. I don't know. I have no clue.
Wait, it's
15 separate minutes.
15 minutes could change your life, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know the product.
Steve.
Is it Geico?
Yes.
Is it 15 minutes?
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Could also save your life, but that's a different ad campaign.
15 minutes can change your rice.
15 minutes can save your life?
That's what Kathy was going with.
Wait, where did the lasers just come
This
from?
one came from. I don't know if I like this one or if I like this one.
All right, if you want to use that, what?
That long to change the batteries.
We've been playing for a while. All right, here's the next one. We're playing an ad slogan game with us for fun. You deserve Steve.
McDonald's?
Yes, you deserve a break today.
Whoa.
Well done. All right, next one.
Well, Steve, you and Nick are tied. Kathy, you have nothing.
Okay.
Kathy, just watching. Product.
I know some of them, but it takes me a minute to
I know.
get
Just so
it,
you
and
know,
then you've
it's
already
natural.
chimed in.
I know that Nick and Steve are playing, but like right now, because I'm winning by 3, this is like a little minor Delco versus Bucksco thing.
It's not.
But it's really not.
By the way, if the name of the product is in the slogan, I will omit that.
Okay.
All right. Kathy, listen up. Get your segment button ready.
All right. Get your damn bell ready.
Maybe she.
Damn it! Damn you.
Casey.
Maybelline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she was born.
Maybe
with
she was
it.
born with it. God damn it, Kathy! I was trying to spoon feed you
was
one.
right. I told
You know what that's
No.
describing in that ad? The vagina in the middle of her forehead. Maybe she was born with
Maybe
that.
she's born.
I don't know.
Maybe
That's
it's Maybelline.
that
Or maybe
doesn't-
it's Maybelline. Maybe that's a side effect.
Do you actually, with makeup, create a vagina on your forehead? No, maybe she was born with that.
All right, Kathy. Because you're Kathy.
Nope. I
All
have
right,
no idea.
Because you're Kathy?
Did you ring in, Case?
I did, but I just wanted to beat Kathy. That's all.
Because you're.
Nick.
Nick already.
Oh, you got it.
Because you're worth it, Chanel.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Because you're worth it.
Because you're worth
Not
it. Wait 1 second.
Not Chanel.
Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it.
It's a lady's product.
Yeah.
Summer's
sure
Eve.
Is.
No, not Summer's
You're
Eve.
worth it. What is that?
What is Summer's Eve's slogan? I know what it is. I know
For those
what-
not so fresh days.
Yeah.
For those not so fresh days. Thank
Yeah.
you.
For
It's L'Oreal. Because you're worth it. L'Oreal. All right.
George Lindsay Goober.
All right, here we go. Steve.
Campbell soup?
Yes!
Oh, nice.
Steve just took the lead.
All right.
Good, by the way.
Which, by the way,
I have a story tomorrow.
Yes,
I'm gonna
save it
share
for that.
on the
I
connoisseur.
won't shoot your load.
About Campbell's. Thank you. All right, here's our next one. Go ahead, Case.
No, I don't.
Product.
the product.
All right. Melts. Oh, man.
That was
Casey.
totally me. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. M&M's.
Yes, correct. Well done. Casey has
All
scored
right,
another
now
one.
I'm
Now.
tied for second. Kathy,
Right.
you have 0.
Okay.
Here's our next one. Where's Steve?
Wendy's.
Yes, where's the beef? You guys are good, man.
We are.
How about this one? The Steve.
No, I'm kidding. Okay.
The best I heard Nick.
The best a man can get, Gillette.
Nice.
Damn.
Wow.
I need
All
more
right.
words than that.
All right. The best.
Folgers?
No. So you're out on the rest of
Okay.
these. 4 by 4
Oh.
by 4. Far.
What?
Wait.
The best 4x4 by far?
Yeah.
Jeep.
No.
Ford.
No.
Okay, hang on a second.
I think.
Go on, Casey.
All right, hang on a second. The best 4x4 by far. Okay, I'm going to say, all right, G was yes, that was guessed. I'm going to say, I don't
Think about no.
Hummer.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Ram?
What?
Ram truck?
No. Land Rover. Everybody missed that one. I do remember hearing that slogan, but I would have never gotten Land Rover. That was a hard one. All right, how about this one? Shave time, shave money. Casey.
Harry's?
No. Anyone else?
That's a watch.
Shave time, shave money. Is it some sort of lisp treatment?
Shave time, shave money. No, it's Dollar Shave Club.
Oh, okay.
Some of these are more. Some of these are current, and others are classics. All right, how about this classic one? All the news. Steve.
All the news that's fit to print, which is the New York Times.
That is correct.
Right.
Another point for Steve Barnes. They're right there.
Running away with it.
All right. Betcha can't. Steve.
Bet you can't eat just one Lay's potato chips.
Yes, nice job.
Oh, yes.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slay
Steve.
Slay.
Go, girl.
Slay queen.
Hey, girl.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Stop it.
Wait.
Really?
Yeah. Tastes. Steve.
No, I screwed it up. You started to go into. I recused myself because I was going to say Folgers.
No,
it's not.
So you're out.
Yeah.
Tastes so good. Cats. Nick.
Fancy Feast.
No. Ask for it by name. Casey.
9 lives.
No.
Can I guess?
No.
Kathy's got to guess
Kathy
first.
has to guess.
Oh, what is this, Steve?
Shut up.
See his
He knows
mouth.
it, so that's why he
I can't
wants
see
to
his
guess.
mouth. What's another
Just guess cat food.
thing? I know.
Tastes so good, cats ask for it by name.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yes.
What do
Now you
cats
know.
say, Kathy?
Marissa knows.
What do cats say?
Shut up! You gave away the answer as
I was giving it an answer. You gave it as I was giving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kathy has won without any assistance.
I couldn't even finish the word Gillette before you spit it out, Casey. You shut up.
Fair enough.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver. All right, this one I don't.
He's got one.
I'm done. I got one. I'm done.
I don't think you guys will
I'm
get this
spent.
one. Let's try this one. Think. Casey.
Intel.
Or Kat? No.
Okay.
No. Think big. Yes.
I think
Nick?
that's IBM.
No.
Okay.
Steve.
Cialis?
No. It should be. It should be.
Right?
Yeah.
It's obvious. Think big. No, I don't know.
Kmart?
No. It's IMAX.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Believe it or not, they have a slogan, but yes. All right, here's an old one. I'd walk. Steve.
I'd walk 'em. Kent?
No. I'd walk a mile for a Casey.
Kent Job?
What?
No.
I'd walk a mile.
What did you just
I
say?
just said Kit Kat bar.
Kit Kat bar?
Kit Kat bar.
Oh, Kit Kat
I'd
bar.
walk a mile.
Nick.
Cool cigarettes?
No.
Camel?
You're all over it. Well, you're out, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Camel.
Yes. Yay!
Jesus.
All right, I got 2 points. Woo!
Kathy has 2 points.
On a technicality, she
Yeah.
gets that point.
I knew it was a cigarette.
She gets that point. Yep. All right. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay. Tough one. But you guys all know this brand for sure. American by birth, rebel by Casey.
Harley Davidson.
Yes, rebel by choice. Well done, Casey. Absolutely. All right, we got a couple more here and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
The rest of us bike riders didn't know that.
The happiest place.
Who's woo woo? Oh.
Steve.
Disney?
More
Land?
specific? Yes, Disneyland. Yes, exactly. The happiest place on earth.
Would you? All right. So is Disney World also the happiest place on earth?
The second happiest place on
I thought
earth.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would accept a Disney World as well, because Disney World is even bigger.
Yeah.
It's the happiest place on earth.
There's Disney World.
Disney. Y'all going to Disney World?
I'm going to Disney World. It's not expensive.
All right, here's a 2-word ad slogan.
All right.
Eat fresh. Casey.
Circus peanuts.
Eat fresh is Panera.
No.
No.
Anyone else? Kathy.
HelloFresh?
No.
Acme.
No. Steve, any guesses?
No.
All right, Subway.
Subway.
Yeah, eat fresh.
All right, now we're getting into, the ones that you will know for sure. All right. Finger.
KFC.
Yes.
Finger licking good.
That's so good.
Finger licking
Nice.
good. All right, here's another one. Have it.
Oh,
Nick.
Have it your way, Burger King.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh, he's creeping up on you, Steve.
I didn't even know I was in the lead.
Oh, yeah, you
1,
have 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do 7 more.
All right.
And then that will be the game.
All right, so
It'll-
that means Kathy is eliminated from being able to win, but you could come in second.
You could be Miss Congeniality.
Yes.
All right, here's another one. I will preface this by saying, since I'm going to skip that because it was a
Yeah,
product
F it.
we already did.
Okay.
All right, how about this one? It keeps Casey.
I'm an ass.
What did you just say?
Did you say you're an a-hole?
Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't finish it. I just said ace.
I'm an ace.
I'm ace.
Do you have a guess?
No, because I was going to say Timex. And
Okay, we already did that one. All right, so it keeps going. I heard Nick.
It keeps going. Energizer
Yes,
battery.
it keeps going and going and going and going.
Oh, okay. We got 10-9.
10-9.
Here we go. The ultimate. Nick.
Driving machine BMW.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Okay.
Have a tie.
All right. Expect.
That's not
No,
fair.
Steve.
I'm quoting a movie. It reflexively came to expect the unexpected. No, it's not it.
All right, Steve's out. Expect more, pay less. Oh, man, I heard you first,
Son
Casey.
of a bitch.
Pay less shoes.
No.
Okay.
Expect to pay less.
Expect more, pay less.
It's a circle with a dot in it. Target!
Yes!
I guess I wasn't
Kathy
participating
now
in that.
has 3.
What's
Oh,
a circle
I forgot.
with
We're
a
playing
dot in
charades,
it?
too.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because
With me, we are.
I made a circle and then I did a little dot motion. I was trying to make a target.
Then what was the
Therefore,
flicking your tongue between your fingers?
That's just between me. It's a private little signal.
Therefore,
It's her little thing.
I am not awarding you a point on that one, Kathy. I'm sorry.
Dude, I
I'm
got
the
3 points.
scorekeeper
No,
and the
I have
final
3
judge.
points.
Come on.
All right, here
I'll
we
give
go.
you some of my points, Ken.
All right, 4 more. 4 more to go, I think. Yeah, 4. Democracy.
Oh,
Wait, who's
Nick.
All right, that's Nick then.
All right,
Democracy Dies in Darkness, The Washington Post.
Well done.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I never knew that one.
Leader.
that's Bezos.
The king of beers.
Budweiser.
Steve. Yes, Budweiser is correct. But how close are those two?
They're tied.
right,
They are tied. Me and Kathy are
Out.
completely out.
I have 2 more to go.
So close.
And game's up. All right, here we go. The best part. Steve.
Folgers.
Yes, the best part of waking up
All right.
is Folgers in your cup.
Yeah, cup.
The last one. No. Product.
Melvin's Funeral Home.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Okay.
Get ready. Pizza. Steve.
Domino's.
No. Nick.
Little Caesar.
Yes! All right, we need a
It's a
tiebreaker.
We need a tiebreaker.
Just
Okay.
between you two.
Just you guys.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Wow.
Hang on a second. I feel like I need better music for this last one. So just give me
Okay.
a second.
Oh, yeah, something a little more.
How about
Dramatic.
Yeah.
God of Hellfire?
No, hang on. He's got the right.
I am the God of Hellfire, and I bring you slogans. Popular ad slogans.
While you're looking for it, you want some John Swayze information?
Yeah.
He and Patrick were sixth cousins once removed.
Oh, that was
A
way
little
off.
different, but it was John Cameron Swayze, Nick?
But you were
Okay.
accurate
All right.
about Timex, Steve.
All
Yeah.
right,
And he was also a news anchor for a long, long
Right.
time.
And he also directed Two Girls on the Cup.
Yep.
He directs Two Girls on a Cup. All right, do you have music?
That's right here.
Where?
Oh, crap. I just hit the wrong.
Hang on. Yeah, hang on. Casey's got to reload our tense thinking music here. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right. This is the tiebreaker. All right, here we got. Man, I still have a lot left, to be honest. We could play this again sometime, but which one do I want to go with here? All right, you ready? Here we go.
Ears.
The San Francisco. You heard Nick first?
Yeah. No.
Nick?
Rice-A-Roni.
Yes, Rice-A-Roni.
Well done, sir.
You guys are impressive. The two of you are very impressive.
Just means we've watched a lot of television over the years.
Man. The San Francisco treat, Rice-A-Roni. Absolutely. Well done.
I'm still mad about Subway Eat Fresh.
You should have known
I should have known that one, yeah.
Can you do me a favor, Preston? The one that you decided not to do because it was a product that we had already done before.
Yeah.
Can you try doing that one backwards so we can see what that sounds like? Or
Yeah,
hear
sure.
what that
I
sounds
forgot.
like?
Yeah, I thought about doing them backwards.
Do
too.
it backwards in Hebrew.
Tomorrow, no, is there when?
When there is no.
There is no tomorrow.
Yeah.
When there is no tomorrow. The freak is that?
That's too much thinking.
Target.
No, it's FedEx. It was another. So it was a lesser
bad ad.
It was a lesser known FedEx. So I'm going to give you
When the world is ending.
Let me give you an easier one.
Okay, when there is a
backwards,
tomorrow.
and see if you guys can get this one. Okay. Filling less, great tastes.
Taste less.
Casey.
Miller Lite.
Yes. Tastes great, less filling.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun too.
I
Yeah.
like that.
We could do that another time. Do ad
Sure.
slogans backwards.
Whatever.
Maybe I could read it and you could play,
I
Preston.
could play. I'll get killed in this.
Well,
too,
here's the
Kath, but
deal.
That'd be fine. Yeah, we can do that.
Have you gone through the? You wouldn't. I mean, have you read the entire list?
Yeah, but
Is there another? But it's going to be pretty much include a lot of the same stuff, but for a way for you to play.
Here, Kath, you want to try me out?
Okay.
Here, take this.
Yeah, take him out for a spin.
Just pick, and I need your
Strap
buzzer.
him on.
I need your, Kathy, I need your bell.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's three.
I want Kathy's bell.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Oh, nice
Nice
one.
fuss.
All right, wait, but you were on this page. You want me to go to the next page or?
Yeah, whatever.
Go to the fourth page.
Read an ad
This
slogan
is the
backwards.
kind of things.
All right, I got a good one. Ready?
Yes.
The snack that.
Wait a minute. You're supposed to do these backwards.
Oh, you want me to do it backwards?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing the
sorry.
regular way.
Oh, the regular way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you were going to see how you do the regular way. Sorry.
well, sure. No.
That was a goldfish.
yeah,
The snack
nice.
that smiles back.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
okay.
All right.
All right.
Are you doing this backwards or the
Well,
regular
you tell
way?
me. What do you want?
Do it the regular way, and I'll try.
Pull my finger.
Okay. You're in good.
Allstate.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're in good hands.
Okay.
Well done. You'd be fine.
Do a backwards one.
Okay.
Okay.
Chicken. More. Eat.
Oh,
No.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Eat more chicken.
Yes.
You could do it both ways.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do it another time.
All right.
I just want to see how that worked out.
How
Okay,
about we do them, but in completely different words?
completely different words?
Liver, spark plug, taint.
Oh, the U.S. Army.
yeah.
Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. Exactly.
We do more.
I do like chicken more eat as a slogan.
Chicken more eat. All right. Well, we'll
Remedial Chick-fil-A.
We'll take this out. I didn't, I still have a good 20 or some odd slogans left, so we could play another version of this.
I
down
think
the road,
if we
so.
can find a way out, well, it's fun for us to play.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold on to it and I'll do it and you'll play next time?
That's right.
Yes.
You can't read it and study it. and
There's no
stroke
words on it.
And pet it.
What did the texters think of this contest?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Nick.
Can't
people
read it.
guessing.
There's no words on it.
Yeah. Tucker, our blind listener, said, I can't believe you missed L'Oreal.
Yeah.
The guy that doesn't drink, Steve Morrison, got the beer question right.
Somebody said she did it for Kathy when she kind of got one right.
Here's one that we were talking about the difference between Disneyland and Disney World. Somebody said Disney World is the most magical place on earth. And Disneyland is the happiest place.
Is a place on earth.
All right.
It's
And
pretty
that's-
cool.
That's a detail I wasn't
Disney.
aware of.
I mean,
it's
like-
a place on earth.
I don't want to call it science, but the science behind marketing. I just saw this thing about like how companies will have their main logo, and then they have like 3 sub logos, that they'll use. And I was like, man, it's I mean, they're trying to just get the message out to the masses.
Well, marketing, you don't want to cut the legs, sweep the legs out from under your main campaign, and there's a whole logic to it. And for as much as money's invested in the whole science of advertising, there's no guarantee.
It's difficult. I mean, it's we on a small scale. We here come up with sometimes we haven't done it in a long time, but writing copy for commercials and coming up with ideas and slogans for different clients that advertise on the radio station. But the people that do it at the agencies and get the really big, these big national things. Like if you look, even like Casey was saying, the logos, I mean, like there are some that are brilliant, like Amazon's logo is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's not only does the arrow point from the A to the Z, everything from A to Z in Amazon, but it's also a smile.
Yeah.
And it's got the name of the product in there.
And that, I guarantee you, there were 1,000 different versions of that came across the desk.
In the FedEx logo, there's an arrow you can see in there. One that I think is brilliant is Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
It's got the 31.
It took forever for me to see that.
Yeah. In the
31 flavors?
31 flavors. It has in the B, it's somehow or another they made
a different
31.
color. Yeah. Like the
B and the R next to each other, Kathy. See, so in the B is the 3 and then the R is the 1.
Well, the Kathy Romano collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has the
KR.
K and R, right, Kath?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
it's
Baskin Robbins.
KKKR.
no, not Baskin Robbins. No,
It is not that.
no, it's like CK. What's that? Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's see you next Tuesday.
It's kind of like
CUNT, as Casey would say.
There is one that bothers me a little bit when I'm like, oh, you guys are trying a little too hard. The Big Ten, the I and the G, there's like a 10 in there, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You guys are trying too hard there.
Okay.
Right.
And then there was another one.
Cologuard is just the butthole.
Yeah, which I'm fine with.
You know what about Big Ten too, Casey, is that there are like 74 teams in the Big Ten at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's insane. And when they added an 11th team, they changed it so it had an 11 in the Big Ten conference logo, which I appreciated that, but now it's completely way off.
Yeah, but there's a full, like you said, Steve, there's a science behind it.
I am a Clio Award winner for a promo that I did years ago for a radio station. The Clio is the big advertising awards, and it was just entertaining. Did it really reinforce what I was looking? I guess it did. I guess they thought it did, but it was just funny. So there's a science behind earworms. There's a science behind the commercial that no one can stand, but that it sinks into people's memories. So there's all these bizarre things that should not work that do work.
Oh, Nick just pulled up the Tostitos logo.
Yeah,
and
the TIT in the middle is a little.
Well, yeah, but look at it. It's a chip dipping into a bowl of salsa. The I is in the middle.
Oh, okay.
You ever notice that?
No, because
I'm
I'm
just looking at the TIT.
I'm looking at the TIT.
I know.
Have you ever seen the symbol for the Lake Titicaca Bureau of Tourism?
No.
It's just two nipples.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's actually brilliant. Oh yeah, the E in the Eagles logo.
There you go.
Yeah,
and that's why
I never noticed that. Yeah,
that's why it's the only logo to face in the opposite direction.
And if you can see, spelled out in its beak is football. It says football.
It does say football in the beak. Wow.
No, but like Nick and I have had
anywhere.
many discussions about this. Like I love the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah.
Also the Milwaukee Brewers. Like when you have the logo that actually has the letters and everything. I love that stuff. And I think the Whalers, for me, might be my favorite sports logo
Do you like
of all
the
time.
Lake Titicaca lemurs?
No, not as much, but
I don't think I've ever noticed the H in the Hartford Whalers logo until you just now pulled that up.
What about the Expos? You remember that one?
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
I always was like, it says ELB. What is ELB?
I always thought it was ELB.
Yeah.
And it's not that.
What is it?
It's an M.
Yeah, I could see the M.
It's the Flyers logo. Like, dude,
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't until 20 years ago that I realized that the Flyers logo is actually the letter P.
Right.
I just thought it was a thing.
Well, remember we had the grandson of the guy who designed that called us.
Yes.
The Flying Puck.
Yeah.
And told us about that. Yeah, it's the letter P. But what's the Brewers logo?
So here's the M portion of it, Preston, up here, and then
that's
this
the
is the B,
B.
but it's a glove, so it's the Milwaukee Brewers.
Sure
Yeah.
enough.
The original slogan for the Flyers was "Give a flying puck."
God, they should do that. Give the Flying Puck night at the game.
Right.
Where they throw you a puck.
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Or
Have a puck gun.
or somebody doesn't give a flying puck.
Use the one
Instead
that
of the
they
t-shirt cannon,
Yeah.
they have the puck cannon.
rapid firing hockey pucks.
Oh my God! Oh, that's
the same one they fire at the goalies at the training facility.
Oh, another lucky fan decapitated here tonight at the Flyers game.
All the humanities. Big pucks raining from the sky. People screaming. Parents shielding their children. All the humanities. And look, it's gritty.
It's gritty. Wow. Nick pulled up the logo for the Hartford.
Yeah, Hartford Insurance Company. And somebody just texted me this saying that the antlers on top of the deer spell out stud, which I've never seen before. I think that's just a coincidence. But here's the STUD.
Yeah.
And then maybe even make that a Y because the D and the other can make a Y. So it could be study.
Study. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's a coincidence or not.
Yeah. All right. Interesting stuff. Well, thank you guys for playing along.
It was
with
fun.
The game.
Yeah, it was
glad
very
you enjoyed
fun.
it. We'll do something like that again down the road. I've been handed this note, and it says the sex songs will climax next. When we return with the Back to School A to Z, we'll play the final of our sex songs for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Need to be a certain size, or could they make a little one like Casey says, a
Muffin
cup size?
Casey's not wrong. Casey's not wrong. You could make them any size you want.
All
You
right.
can make them any size. You can make them medium size and pretend they're Judy Gold's boobs.
By the way, I want you to know I'm keeping your sourdough starter alive. It is in my refrigerator. I tend to it. It is. I have to be honest. I am terrified to make a bread because Preston had a story the other day about Robert Plant breaking the strap on Paul McCartney's classic bass, and I'm like, if I F up Tom Papa's starter dough,
it's a lot like that.
You've never tried to make a loaf?
I was just about to do it. I had during the holidays, and turns out our neighbor is a wonder sour, dough bread maker, and we happened to get a loaf, and I'm like, I can't. I don't think I'm ready.
You gotta do it, man.
I know. It's like dancing the red shoes.
I have to make a suggestion here, and Steve, you probably will disagree and cringe at this suggestion.
I love it as a child, though.
But you don't live far from the Keswick Theater. I think Tom should come over on Saturday before his show and make a dough.
Tom, if you can also bring some gardening shears, I'd like a little yard work done as well.
Yeah, I'm the Martha Stewart of comedy.
Yeah, we can make scarecrows for the holidays.
We're gonna dye some Easter eggs. Get ready early.
Yeah, you got to dive in and give it a try, Steve. You
just
won't mess it up.
terrified.
It's all right, man.
Yeah, all right.
Don't be a baby. And you're only taking a tablespoon of it. You leave the rest there. It's protected.
I just know to look up at me and go, why?
What are you doing?
Why are you wearing that eye patch?
If only he had two eyes, he could have made bread. He could have made bread.
All right. Well, listen, we want Tom's show to sell out. There's just a few tickets left. He's playing Saturday. The show's at 8:00.
You're going to love it.
KeswickTheater.com. Without a question, Tom is absolute one of the best, and you will have a good time.
TikTok star.
You will laugh. He's a TikTok star. Bring the kids.
Yes.
They'll love it. But tickets are on sale now. So, Tom, it is great to talk to you. And we'll see you here in the
Great
studio
to see you.
next time. All right, my man?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Love you guys.
Love you. Tom Papa, guys. So, Dancing with the Stars host Tyra Banks had a major wardrobe malfunction that may have escaped viewers' notice.
Nice beaver.
Are we sure that's what it was?
The 46-year-old told E.T.
I can see a beaver.
I think it was the third or fourth episode. I walk out, my hand is on my back, and I was holding my dress together. It was not zipped up. And I did not have on any of my jewelry.
OMG.
Yeah,
What is that, the Muppets between your legs?
Actually, she does look kind of bare without jewelry.
Yeah, you're right, because they usually bling them up on that show.
Well, she's been a complete success during this whole run with the screwing up stuff right and left. And
She must have been rushed for whatever reason. Remember my wardrobe malfunction when my knocker fell out?
No.
Excuse me?
Was
But
it dancing?
Salsa
Yeah, I
dancing.
remember.
It was a halter top, so it clipped behind my neck.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of a performance, and it snapped off, and it literally just fell down. And I remember the move. I had to drop to the floor in like a count or two, and so I went down early. And like I remember my partner looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I had probably 1 or 2 seconds to put the snap back together, and Sure enough,
Sorry about that.
no, it happened, and I put it together, and I was ready to go right after. I don't know how that happened.
Were you at Parks or something like that?
No, I was at the dance studio La Luna in Ben Salem, and it was on video, and we did have the video, but I made the guy who had the video kind of blur out my nips.
Nips didn't show,
So
did
you'll
they?
never know if they're pink or brown.
Damn it, we were so close.
No, okay, so my nips didn't show.
I was at a friend's wedding one time, and there was a couple out on the dance floor, and this woman's boob was there just dancing along. Her boob's just hanging out. She had no idea. No idea.
Dude, those things are-
Somebody eventually said something to her.
They're so tight, and like sometimes it just like pops out the top, and you don't even know.
Well, my wife's old roommate had she was wearing a top that was so loose that we were. It was like a Saturday morning. We were on the back patio having a coffee. She must have like bent over for something, and then she came back up and full on. She didn't even know. I had to be like, "Yo, dude,
your boob
is," because like I guess like the nipple kind of got caught underneath the neck of the shirt. It was the neck of the shirt had come down.
That is a loose-ass shirt.
That is a loose-ass shirt. I was like, dude, you're...
I just got...
Your boobs are hanging out! Just one.
I just got a text from the guy who has the video, and he said those were the days.
Yes, they were.
Giving the gift is more important, I think, than the receiving.
So I'll get some things from my wife. She'll say, here's something that I like, and here's something, and so I will get some good gift ideas. But the ones that I'm more excited about are the ones that go, you know what, man? She didn't ask for this. I don't even know if she even knows that this thing exists, but I think she would like this.
I have a couple on the list this year that I'm really excited about. Sometimes you go for it, and sometimes it'll be like, oh. And like, oh, I missed on that one.
Oh, dude, Rochelle told me that she's like, there's one gift I'm really excited to give to you. And I'm like, there's nothing that I'm excited to give you. Oops.
So
do you have something?
Oh, yeah, I have several things.
All right.
I have several things. But there's
She's gonna
nothing
love
that's
them.
like, wow, is she going to freak out when she gets this? You know what
Preston,
I mean?
I don't know if you've seen it, and it might be a last-minute thing to add to the list. It is it's a dildo mounted on like a machine gun thing.
All right, hear him out. Hear him out.
It's like a machine gun truck. You've seen those.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They look like the perfect holiday gift.
You know what? You can't put a price tag on love.
No, it's a gift that keeps on giving all year.
Yes.
Wait, Steve, let me ask you a question.
Oh, it's got a pull start?
Yeah,
oh, my God. Son of a bitch.
The bastard's powerful.
There you go. The automatic.
Oh, my God.
Scaling toys.
Oh, it's real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, Kat.
What were you going to say?
Come on, man.
Yeah,
think I'm
I'm
talking about
sorry.
here?
I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm an influencer for this stuff.
Steve. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
The machine gun dildo company contacted me and said, "Let's collab."
Let's collab. DM me.
All right, another fact that we learned from
the Just Sayin Institute, located over 200 sprawling acres in West Virginia.
the last decade from researchers. If your ex wants to be friends, they might be a psychopath.
If your ex wants to be friends, that's sign of being a psychopath, possibly?
In 2016, researchers from Oakland University in Michigan found that people with the so-called dark triad personality traits like narcissism and psychopathy, I guess is how you say it,
He's a member of the Dark Triad.
Like Cobra?
I'm going to have to take him out.
often keep their
He's
exes.
the disease. I'm the ex-boyfriend.
No, they often keep their exes around for calculating, self-serving purposes.
Okay.
A desire for continued sexual access, financial help, or a need to still exert some control over a former partner were among key reasons for maintaining contact, especially for men. These are facts, yes, from the Just Sayin Institute.
From the Just Sayin Institute.
That
we end up just saying things at the Just Sayin Institute.
That we have found out over the last 10 years about relationships and
That's a decade.
love and sex and all that stuff. So how about this one? Speaking of sex, that sexual afterglow that you feel after sex will last about 48 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean
longer for you, Cather?
No, it seems to diminish pretty quickly.
Are you sure? Because you have to clean up right after.
off of me. Get it off of me. But the glow, get it off.
It's like it's like you've sat in the bedroom with me.
Get it off! You have this glow. It's the light refracting off of it.
It's shimmering and shiny.
Get it off!
It's glazy.
I look like a Krispy Kreme.
So you're generally in a better...
Get your blanket and pillow. You're sleeping on the couch.
You're generally in a better mood after sex thanks to a flood of endorphins and other feel-good hormones released post-climax. Positive effects of getting laid last up to 2 days. And
Wow.
that the feeling can help couples bond over time.
I always let out a big sigh when I close the laptop.
Says there might
Clear history and
there might be.
Erase the history.
What's on Google News?
There might be an evolutionary reason for the 48-hour shelf life. 48 hours is roughly the same amount of time that A, conception is maximized, B, it takes sperm concentrations to be restored to peak levels.
Do we have to guess which one?
And C, no, these things all happen.
All the above.
And C, sperm remain maximally viable in the female reproductive tract. So all that happens over 48 hours, and it's all
You're
apparently.
the semen. I'm the afterglow.
Just let him be here.
All right.
Let him be here. That's Cobra. That's Cobra.
I apologize.
He's a professor at the Just Sayin Institute.
I didn't know.
Oh, my God. All right.
Just Sayin Institute. I'm a professor teaching classes daily.
Let's take a look at the NJM Insurance Group traffic. What's going on, Kath?
So we have looks like an accident on 95 northbound.
So I had to fake like I was having stomach problems a little while ago. What time is it? 7? Yeah, so a little less than an hour ago, I acted like I had some stomach problems so that this time around it would be more believable. So these guys have no clue what's going on.
The right lane is blocked with an accident. We're also slowing from the Boulevard out to Belmont, and then from the Blue Road to 202 eastbound side, slowing from the Blue Road into Belmont, and then Montgomery to South Street 422.
So what's going to happen now is I'm going to end up outside, above the 4th floor, outside the windows of the Preston and Steve show. And they have no clue what I'm doing. They think I'm taking a dump.
And then in New Jersey, 42 north backs up from the Black Horse Pike to 295, 55 northbound jams Deptford to 42. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
Preston, may I ask you, take a gander out the window there?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Hey,
my
man.
God. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. What the
That's
hell?
good.
What the hell?
No, that's Casey. I thought it was just a dude working out there.
He's got a helmet on.
Hang on, let me explain. We have construction going on in our building, and it happens to be outside of our window here that these guys are out on scaffolding. And Casey's out there. He's outside of the studio. And I just looked over and I saw a guy's bare ass up by the window. And apparently that's Casey. And he's calling the hotline right now. Hang on a
And I
second.
love that the other construction worker out there is really not phased at all. And is continuing to work.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. I was presented an opportunity to be on the other side of the glass, and I just jumped on it. Sorry, I'm mooning you, and they gave you the finger, and you flipped me off before you realized who I was.
Well, you were flipping me off.
I know. You're like, I'm just going to give this guy the finger back, and then you're like, oh my God, that's Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi guys.
Do we get a picture of the actual mooning? Because it was amazing, especially with the skyline behind you.
No, we missed it.
Oh, damn it.
We can recreate it. I'm sure Casey
Yeah, if
doesn't
you don't
mind
mind,
dropping his
yeah.
pants again. Case?
Yeah, I don't know how to mime. Is that what you were saying?
You know what's great on that
No,
video?
we had nothing to do with miming. I was wondering if you could drop your pants again because we missed that.
Oh.
We didn't get a picture of it.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so
He's miming on the radio.
would Casey mind, I think is what you said, not mind.
My mind, it's the same thing.
He started doing the fake pane of glass thing.
Is that what he thought I said?
I guess
That's
so.
adorable.
This other worker, I just love it. Casey mooned us again. He looked at him and like not an eating crack, a smile, nothing.
The first time, Kath, when I did it, you were still doing your traffic. He was the only one who saw me, and you just hear him go, "Are you serious?"
Casey, is it cold out there at all, or is it protected?
What's that?
Is it cold out there at all, or is it protected by the glass at this point?
I'm totally fine. Yeah, no, we're completely enclosed in glass. So the outer glass is it's cut off from the elements outside.
Okay. Yeah, so they have this atrium that they're adding to the building here. Ask this construction worker what his name is.
My house from Worldwide Stereo. So
Oh, really?
Highly recommend those guys. Yes. Hey, real quick, I wanted to ask a dumb question here.
Sure.
And it's mainly for Kathy because you guys will know about this. But so I hurt my knee. I have to go get it. I got an MRI and I got to go see a doctor. So I'm keeping it propped up right now with this thing under the console where I sit. And as I do that, I am now sliding further down into my chair, and that is causing my shorts and my underwear to bunch up, and it's kind of squishing things down there.
I hate that.
So I have to keep getting up, and a readjustment needs to be made.
Do you want Kathy to adjust you?
No. I'm gonna ask her this. So rather than reach my hands down in front of my pants
Right, pull
and
at
do
your
it that
nuts.
way, do you guys ever notice, ladies, you ever notice if a guy sticks his hands in his pockets and uses the pockets to do an adjustment?
That's so-
Can you tell we're doing that?
It's so funny that you say that. Yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yesterday, I was like, what is that guy doing? Like, he was in the pocket a really long time, and I was like, I thought he was like playing with himself, but I think that's probably what he was doing.
So I have to do it right now. This is what I'm doing.
Wait, hold on, let me see.
Okay. So I'm doing this.
Can you take your penis out so she can see what it does?
So I just straightened it all
I mean, listen, that's if I wouldn't stand in the middle of a crowd and do that, but like if that's a little more discreet than from the outside pulling out your sack.
Let me ask you.
Wait, there are some times when I have to do it like this, though, Kathy.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my God.
Does that look?
You start off a little slower, right?
Yeah.
And then you let it build. Yeah.
And then when you feel the moisture, you stop.
Right. It's just moisture.
Have you? So in the car seat, and this is. So here's a funny thing, and I do it in the bathroom if I'm my shorts. I'm wearing the shorts, go up under the leg and just. In the car, for some reason, I've been doing I'll pull out the band and reach down and readjust. But it looks weird. It looks like you're spanking it in the car.
Yeah.
So if you just discreetly under the leg, it makes it much easier to just use these shorts, pants leg, pull it up.
Go
and
through
adjust
the
that.
pants leg.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Let me ask each and every one of you
And
guys.
Marissa has a comment, by the way.
When you have to sit down to use the bathroom,
Yes.
When you get up, do you pull your underwear up and then your pants, or do you pull them both up at the same time?
Oh, that's a good question.
I do usually the whole kit and caboodle in one shot.
And then you have to
kid with you?
adjust, or it's sits in place.
And then what?
Do you then have to adjust, or you're good? You pull
No,
up.
that's
and you're-
usually pretty good because
Okay.
before that, everything is kind of dangling in a nice
free
open air
way,
market.
I also think
In
adjusting.
a Bells of St.
What-
Mary way.
Hold on. What kind of underwear do you wear?
I wear boxer briefs.
What do you wear, Steve?
A jockey shorts. Brief.
Short. Yeah. Okay. So you both kind of have shorts on. If you had tighty whities, I don't think either of those options would work.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe.
So I'm wearing the
They're tight, but they're shorts. You can.
No, they're not shorts.
Oh, they're not
Yeah,
shorts.
yeah,
You
yeah.
wear the actual underwear.
Yeah, actual underwear.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're up the side of the shorts. works.
I tug my junk out one leg.
Hang on, Marissa, what did you want to
I
comment
just
on?
wanted to say that we also notice, besides the hands in the pocket, when you kind of are standing there and maybe you're walking and then you kind of pop your leg out to the side because you're
bat wing?
wedgie.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
bat
sticking.
wing.
Wait, what is it
A little
called?
shake.
Oh,
It's a bat wing.
so it's not a wedgie. It's like the ball is
No,
stuck
it's
to
your
your
ball
leg.
stuck to your leg.
Yeah.
Now I know.
The sack.
Thanks.
When you see a guy's arms go down like this and then he separates them out, he's pulling his balls apart.
Yeah. Kind of like that. All right. So, but yes, that is.
If it looks like he's posing in a Mr. Olympia contest.
In fact, we used to do pictures.
Yeah.
Well,
Casey,
in front of places.
Yeah.
Casey and I would do the same thing.
Because somebody I know.
You hold your leg out
Captain
lift
Morgan.
up your knee and hold it out to the side and sniff your
All right, so
fingers.
somebody I know had a coworker who would batwing in front of him.
Yeah.
Now the coworker was a female, okay, but she would be sitting there in the middle of a conversation, but she also would like rub her nose like that. So that's where that came from because
Like Molly Shannon?
like mid conversation, she'd be like.
Wait, hold on. The two coworkers are both female?
No, the person who I know is a man, and the person who would batwing and
Was
do
a
that
female?
was a
woman.
female.
Wow.
I think it might have been a tick.
It could have been a tick, or I don't know.
Gotta watch
maybe-
out for Lyme disease.
Yeah, those
no
are
doubt.
bad. Yeah. Oh, Marissa wants to get a picture.
Steve, that took me a minute. Don't do that. Will the person know?
That's why I didn't say.
No, you just put it all over social media with Marissa taking video of you.
Does that person work here?
No. Person doesn't work here. But if I indicated who the other person
Right,
was,
we
then
don't
we
know.
then
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who was it?
We used to, Casey and I would take pictures in front of, like, if we were somewhere interesting, and there was like we were in front of Independence Hall one time and
I
took a
have that
picture of us doing that. So
Who did that? That was the Captain Morgan ad, though, right? Where you put your leg up, like
Yeah, but that's not what that is.
Yeah.
but that was a viral,
right.
or they were trying
It
to
was
get
similar,
that
yeah.
to become a viral type thing. So, anyway, okay. Well, thank you for answering that question. I wasn't sure if you knew what guys were doing when we did do that, but apparently, ladies, no. I have something completely different. Since we were talking about such a mature subject there. I saw this article that indicates where people believe where they believe when adulthood officially begins, at what point in your life.
This is interesting because we've talked about this subject over the course of years. And I'd be curious to see, is there a general consensus, or is this okay, because I believe that it shifts.
Yeah, it may very well
over the years,
over generations,
over generations.
Yeah, because 18 technically, legally, you're an adult for some things, I guess. But yeah, you're known as an adult at 18, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I wasn't an adult at 18.
No, not anywhere near it.
No.
I was an adult for several years after that. I wasn't an adult at 21. Definitely not.
There are still during daily moments where. I'd be hard pressed to consider myself any different than I was when I was 18. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I this and still feeling this way? But life forces adulthood on you.
That's what I was going to say. I was much more of an adult at 21 or young 20s than the majority of the people in my life. My brothers, my friends.
Did you rush it? Because I remember going
to
college, Kathy, and seeing guys who seemed to embrace the notion of being adults and older, like the classic dude with like the pipe and you know, like dressing in a way, and whatever you are. I have no problem with that. But it seemed like they were outwardly attempting to project
adulthood,
adultness.
I don't know,
for whatever that means.
Maybe I did force myself. Like I was very independent, and I wanted to do it all myself. You know, so like I had a job before. I had to go and like get working papers, and I worked like a full-time job at 15.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I kind of put it upon myself, I guess.
When I was 24 or 25, I thought that I started figuring things out. And now that I'm 49, I realized that I had not figured anything out when I was 24 and 25. And not even that, because I realized that about myself when I was 24 and 25, now at 49, I'm like, well, I probably still don't have anything figured out. And I know that I got like 50 years to go if I'm lucky, and maybe I can figure some stuff out over the next half century.
I forget who I had this conversation with, but we were talking about the fact that you labor under this misconception that you're going to hit that point where you have it all figured out, or at least most of it figured out. No,
it's
you're
like
always learning.
There is no finish line.
No.
Yeah.
There's nothing over. There's no finish line. You're always evolving.
There's a line from the movie Parenthood. Jason Robart says, it never ends. Yeah. You don't finish. You don't cross the end of the end zone. You don't do your touchdown dance. It never stops.
Yep.
What the hell does this mean? Somebody texted and said, you realize you're an adult when you understand the chicken crossing the road joke is about suicide. What?
Never heard that.
Never heard that.
Why did
to get to the other side?
Oh.
To die? To go to
the other side, meaning the afterlife.
So none of us are adults.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, now I am. I just became an adult right now.
Thanks, jerk off, whoever that was. You just made us all adults.
What age? What age would you say if you were to put a number on it? Because there is
it's
there
so
is a
subjective.
consensus.
All right, so if I were to put an age on when you are,
When you felt like an adult, when it kind of, I know we all are very childish.
Yeah, very much
But
so.
when you did look around and go, okay, I'm here. I'm not.
I'm gonna say.
I remember for me specifically.
For you specifically,
Yeah.
When I'm thinking of a benchmark moment that made me think.
Wait, and what's the Preston? What did you say that like what?
I didn't reveal it yet.
Oh,
I'm gonna see
give
what
us
you
yours
guys,
because I can't land on a year.
It was 28 for me personally. So I moved to Philadelphia when I turned 28, or right before. I was 27, and a month later I was 28 years old. And I had gone, I'd moved halfway across the country. I knew no one. I knew Jim McGuinn, and that was it. I didn't know anybody else. Rochelle came along. She was going to join me in a couple of months. And when we started living together, I kind of looked around. I'm like, I have officially entered adulthood.
Okay, so on that, I can see that.
The umbilical was completely cut at that point.
I'd put mine in the and I was wrong, but 20 when I started really doing touring stand-up comedy wise, where I was out taking care of everything. Yeah, it was right. It was after college, so let's put it in the where I was really doing it actively, then the 25 range.
Okay.
Yeah, where I was go out with a roadmap and drive and take care of everything. I was an island unto myself, living a lot by myself, and then that would be the perception I had.
Yeah. Anybody else? You guys have a number? Any idea or that you recall?
I don't know exact number, but like I think early 20s or mid 20s, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, if according to the study, I would go like 28, 29.
Okay. Casey?
I just don't ever feel like an adult.
There's a huge part of me that doesn't. So I've worked with you guys for a really long time, right? So when I started working for you guys, I was 22. I was trying to start to feel like an adult at that point, but I worked with very closely with two people who were older than me who would, remind me that I was just a kid. Right. And then when I was like, finally, you were a Casey boy.
When I turned 30, all right, so I'm officially an adult now. But you were 40 and you were 35 or something like. So I've always
felt kiddish.
Yeah. And but you know what? I don't help myself by the things that I say, but
here's the deal: you are more adult than you think you are. When I hear some of the advice that you give to your kids, and as plainly as you do it way better than I do. I'm impressed with it, and I'm impressed with how adult you actually are. And then then you'll fart and pick your nose or something like that. But
I think there are also things that are told to us throughout life that are benchmarks of adulthood. Yeah. And I think it's totally a subjective thing. Where an adult would do this, or an adult looks like this, or when you're paying your bills, or my father would always say, when you're legally responsible for any contract you sign, you're an adult.
Yeah, and so with the hindsight that we all have these days, I can look back at myself and go, okay, like I've been immature like for most of my life.
I have seen it.
And every single like big transition in my life, I had a hard time adjusting. Like my transition from grade school to high school, my transition from high school to college, from college to adulthood, and all of that. Like I've always been like a tick behind because I was way less mature than I actually thought I was.
Right. I think a lot of people do that.
I'll read some of these text messages. And some of them are a little bit on the sadder side. Somebody said, when my parents passed away.
Yeah.
Felt like an adult. This one said, 23, bought my house, had a career, no college. Somebody said, just got my Medicare card. My plan is to never grow up. How about this one? We just bought Windows last week from Window Nation. That made me feel like an adult. I'll be 45 in 2 weeks.
I remember that. Getting your first house, and maybe it'd be your only house, but you're sitting there signing the 3,000 different pages you have to sign.
Oh, that makes
I guess
you
I'm
an
adult. Yeah.
Quick. I think the death of your both parents being gone, you're immediately an adult.
So tomorrow is the 10-year anniversary of my father passing away. And, I don't necessarily know if that made me feel any more grown up, especially because I have an older brother and older sister who sort of took over.
Yeah.
That stuff. So.
All right, here's one. 25, due to being off my parents' insurance. Let's see. I felt like an adult when I got my BJ's membership card.
Okay.
Here's another one that says, I had kids at 21, married at 23, bought a house at 24, now 37. I still feel like I'm 17 years old, so I don't feel like an adult.
Yeah, and I think that's common.
Here's a lighter one. Grocery shopping for myself in college. That's when I started feeling like an adult. How about, let's see. There's a bunch of them. I can't go through all of these.
So,
there's not any words on it.
Nick and
There's
Preston,
no words on it.
Nick and Preston, I'm going to ask you guys because you have older kids, but like I definitely feel like,
read it. There's no words on it.
I definitely feel like a kid. I'm not like an adult when I'm around my children's friends because they don't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like am
feeling the old man.
Yeah.
Feeling invisible makes you feel like an adult. You know, when kids, when teenagers, and people in their 20s don't even see you anymore, and you feel like, I used to actually be in that crowd and want to hang out with those people, and now they don't. Not only do they not want to engage with me, they don't even see me.
Say, old man, look at me.
Yeah, they want to avoid you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like younger people in their 20s, like I'll have a conversation with them thinking like, I'm and then they say something and I'm like, the frick are you talking about? I'm like, oh yeah, she's 27. She's done with this conversation. She doesn't want to keep talking to me.
So I have the opposite problem because I'm forever answering calls from young teens asking what's in, what's happening.
Yeah.
What's happening? And I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, no cap, Riz.
Yeah.
Skibbity Ohio Riz.
Skibbity, yeah. I saw a great video the other day, and it was a father. He had his two kids in the car, and they're probably young teenagers.
Yes.
And he pulls up to the drive-through, and he starts ordering with skibbity and saying all this stuff. Dad, no. Yeah, that's all the Riz, and and they were just mortified. It was hilarious.
I do remember I think I was 20, maybe I was 25, 26, something like that. I remember like realizing that, okay, you're now an adult, and like the things that my parents did for me, I didn't realize like, oh, not all parents do that. They didn't have to do that,
right?
But they did.
Did you have a moment of reflection that manifested in you telling your parents?
My dad said to me, he said, I can pay off the rest of your college tuition. So they paid for, like, I would say 3 out of 4 years of my college. So I didn't have very many loans. So he said, I can pay off what you have left on your loan, or I can pay off your car so that you only have one payment.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
oh, wait, they didn't have to do this. And I remember at my senior year of college, like all of my friends talking about how much debt they had. And I was like, I don't have any of that, and I was like, wow, they didn't have to do that.
So from this article, and it was 2,000 adults that were polled, but they said the future starts to feel real, and you start being an adult at 27 years old.
Okay.
That's according to this particular article.
Approximately the same for me then.
It's funny about not feeling like an adult. Like almost everybody in my neighborhood, if I'm around people my age, I still feel like the kid among everybody else. Like they're way more learned than I am.
I'm with a lot of people.
They have a real job. I mean, we have a successful job, but you know what I mean?
I'm with a lot of people who are younger and I go, man, I feel like I'm out of, like, I feel younger than, like, at least in attitude and the stuff that I'm thinking in my mind and the dumb. Take the example from my father. My father, he passed away, last March, but this March, I should say. But all his life, all of his 9 decades plus, he was an adult, but he was also a tremendous kid.
Yeah.
And so that was an example we followed.
So Chuck just sent us a text message. He said, I never really felt like an adult, but I did have to put glasses on to send you this text. And that, I'm like, so like the little aches and pains that I have just from living.
There's a difference between feeling old and being an adult.
An adult, yeah.
So here's one that says, I started tucking my band shirts in. Now I'm an adult.
going to concerts, going to Pearl Jam and Dave Matthews Band, and looking around and seeing how old everybody is, and then realizing, oh, I'm that age too.
Right. I've done that before.
that's
I look like everybody else
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that rings true.
And that's an old. You're right about
That's
that
an old
delineation
thing.
between old thing. But if we're talking a little bit about the old thing, there was a great meme floating around. It was rock stars like Marilyn Manson and Gene, and they had them compared to grandmas that looked exactly like they do.
Oh my gosh.
Now.
All right, so you know what? Sometimes will make me feel like an adult is, and this is years ago, like the way you would show up to a party. We're like, oh, I'm going to bring you a spread of sort. Here's a charcuterie.
Right,
or
right,
if you go to a tailgate, you're not showing up with like a half a six pack or whatever, or just sponging off of everybody
I
else.
put a charcuterie board.
You actually bring something, or like if you're tailgating, you actually do it up right. You have a grill, like a grown up.
You mean the time I went to Cecily Tynan's party and I brought an already opened bottle of vodka with me?
Look what I brought.
I drank some.
I drank some.
I brought beer money.
I totally gumped it.
I brought some skim milk. You guys use skim milk, right?
What does make you feel good, though, is when you run into someone that you went to high school or college with and you're like, I can't believe they're the same age as me.
I know.
I tell you what, being bald is a really wonderful thing because it's quasi age defying. At least you don't have that.
I don't know if we talked about this or not, but scientists have found out that the human body has a massive age jump at 44 and then again at 60. Did you guys ever talk about that?
Actually, the article's been popping up recently about that, where you physically age the most
rapidly
within a calendar year.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, and there are 2 points in life, and he just said them.
Okay, 44 and 60.
44 and 60. So, Kathy, in like 10
I'm
years,
not
you'll be
there
44.
yet. Yeah. I might look old.
You're going to need a wheelbarrow to carry her.
But I want to look at myself at 43 and then look at myself again at 45 and see if there was a difference. But weight-wise, I've been,
You fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you're I don't know. You're in good shape
I'm
now.
just
Yeah.
saying, like, there's other factors, other than just straight up age.
What I would do is
Yeah.
pay to have your abs chiseled out.
It's how you're treating your body, too, and, all of that. So within this article, Americans feel like they're actually an adult when they start paying their own bills, being financially independent, or putting responsibilities over having fun. The top two events that made people finally feel like an adult are moving out of their parents' house and getting their first career job or a job in their chosen field.
Now I have these little minor victories of like, oh, that was a grown-up decision. And then I have so one of the big ones is when I'm at a store and I don't buy something, I'll come home and be like, hey, guess what? I saw the sweater that I really liked and I didn't buy it. I'm like, aren't you so proud of me?
Look what I didn't do.
I think it's an accomplishment.
Marissa says when all of your mail goes to one address and you live at that address.
Yeah, I can see that.
So once the mail has stopped going to your parents' place.
Yeah.
And then that's all you. It's all on you, right, Marissa?
Yeah, I think about this daily, and I actually think that my parents, because I still have mail that goes to my parents' house, and I think my parents love it because it keeps me as their
Connected.
child.
Their little girl
Yes, 'cause
hasn't
they're-
moved out fully.
Literally every single meeting with my parents ends with, oh, I've got mail for you.
Do they pay for anything still? Like a cell phone bill or?
No, we don't have family plans or anything, but like my high school alumni magazine still goes to their house and things like that.
Okay.
I was going to say, I think you are an adult when you actually start giving a crap about the mail. You know what I mean? When you do things
When
like
you have to
stop the mail when you're on vacation.
I gave a crap about the mail when I was a kid because I used to get Famous Monsters of Filmland and Starlog magazine and Heavy Metal magazine and
No, I was thinking because you have to go through it because if you don't, there's a late payment somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Since Rochelle handles all that stuff, once in a great while, I'll sift through the mail.
Yeah.
I mean, a great while. I'll be like, wow, there's 5 or 6 things that are sent to me here.
Right?
Why is my name in all this mail? I never get this mail. It's because she does all of it.
Yeah.
She does
Same.
of it. Hang on, these guys have been on hold for a while. We'll go to Ra. Yo, Ra, you're on the air, man. Oh, wait, hold on. No, you're not. Now you are. September morn. What's up, Ra? When do you feel like an adult?
So my mom unfortunately didn't have all the money that she needed to pay my college tuition, right?
Uh-huh.
But she didn't tell me till it was time. But the funny thing was, she didn't tell me till that summer because I was like, Mom, okay, when school starts, I need to get this, that, and the third to be able to have tuition paid. She's like, I thought I told you to get a job. I was like, what? So then I had to scramble for the summer and get 2 jobs. And I ended up finding out about in-state independent, because if you pay taxes in the state, well, my school, I went to A&T,
right.
North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride. And so I had been there long enough to get in-state independent status and paid my whole, college tuition for that year.
Wow.
By myself.
And that was your point.
Man, I was the big man at that point. I was like, yeah.
That's a big one. That's taking on a big financial responsibility. So I could
For real,
absolutely
man.
see that. Yeah. That's
Love
a big
y'all.
All right, thanks, Rock. Good to talk to you, babe. All right, let me go to another call. We're going to take a break here in just a second. Brandon is on the air. Hi, Brandon. Good morning.
Gadzooks.
To you, sir. All right. When did you feel like an adult?
When my first and only son was born.
How old were you
when
at the
I became responsible for another life. That's when I became an adult.
How old were you at the time?
I was 31.
Okay.
32, 31.
And before that, it was just kind of playing games, right?
Yep,
Strippers and blow.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, once that life responsibility came into play, that was it.
Makes total sense. All right. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it, man. All right. One more quick call. We got to take a break here in just a second. I'm going to go to Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. You guys rock.
Thank you. Vanessa, what's up?
Hey, nothing much.
All right. What'd you want to tell us?
So when I realized I was an adult was when I was at a party and our topic of conversation was the sales at the grocery store.
There you go. That's a good one. You're like, wow, we're really talking about this, and wow, I really care about this.
Yeah, you start talking about lawn care and
Thanks, Vanessa. Yeah, oh my God. Lawn care.
Dude, I just had a conversation yesterday with my lawn guy and about, seeding and all that stuff. And listen, I love a well-cut lawn.
Here's a good one.
I love mowing my lawn.
Here's a text says, I became an adult when I had hemorrhoid surgery.
Oh.
It's not just for adults anymore.
Yep, that'll do it. All right. Well,
it's what's for dinner.
So think about that just as, an idea, maybe give you some perspective if you have kids too, as to when they might actually.
They're the things weighing you down.
Enter into quote unquote adulthood. I just thought it was kind of a cool little topic and thought to consider for a bit. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a second. A reminder before we do the Bizarre File, we made an announcement in the previous Bizarre File that Good Money It returns to MMR on Monday. And this is your chance to win $1,000 5 times a day, Monday through Friday. So this Monday, starting at 8 a.m. and then again at 10, noon, 3, and 5 p.m., we announce a keyword. We give you 15 minutes to enter it. We'll tell you how to do it then. And one winner is going to get $1,000 each.
Take the awesome money.
Yes.
Take the
Come and
money.
get it.
Take the money.
Brought to you by Horizon Services Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. We'll come back in a second and some Beatles in the back to school A to Z. Stay with us.
Hey, what's your name, by the way? Robert. That's Robert over here, guys.
Hey, Robert. We've been looking at Robert's ass for the better part of the morning, so yeah.
Hey guys, I hate you.
I'm trying to do my goddamn job.
Seriously.
Okay. How did you get out there, by the way?
So you got to go down the 3rd floor. Well, first I had to sign a giant waiver, and then I put a hard hat on, and then I went down to the 3rd floor. I walked out. Had to climb up a ladder.
Oh,
really cool. Yeah,
I've been wanting to do this stuff for a while.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is the fart earlier, was that you about to go out onto the scaffolding? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Casey was faking a bathroom emergency, and he came back and said it was fart. And I was like, I thought that was a little odd.
No, because if it's Casey, you would have figured he would have crapped his pants.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought I was going to be out there earlier, but what I actually had to do was go through all of the legal stuff of signing my life away. But at that point, I thought I was coming outside, but I wasn't. So
this kind of stuff, construction. When you see this, you just want. I think it's cool. Like that's why we talked about Diggerland or whatever it is. Anything with the equipment and cranes and stuff like that. Look at you. You make a good construction worker. You look good in your hard hat and everything. The way you moon.
I think you look like the foreman. You look like the guy in charge of everybody out there.
Are you sure I don't look like a fireman? That's a fat joke, guys.
A fat joke?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, get on in here.
All right, come on back in.
All right.
Bye-bye. Guys, I thought it was a guy who works here that maybe was a listener and decided to show us his butthole. But no, it was Casey. It's Shirley Bassey's birthday today.
Bingo!
Yeah. Love her.
Pretty girl, beware.
It's the only reason I bring the birthday up every year. That, and actually, we had mentioned that she was on the Oscars, and they had her come out and sing that song, and her voice was outstanding.
Hasn't lost a bit.
She's 83 years old. She's still a gorgeous woman, too, at 83.
She also sang the other Bond song for the movie Diamonds Are Forever.
Okay. Diamonds are forever. I don't know how it goes.
Sparkling round my little finger, unlike men, the diamonds linger.
Wow.
Men are mere mortals who are not worth going to your grave for.
So she's 83 today.
We have that as well.
Oh, wow.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert me.
Nice.
I could have done those parts. I could have sung those songs.
Easily. All right, and then we have Rachel Nichols, who is in...
Rachel Nichols, jingling in your pockets.
Nichols. And another bass player, Rick Savage of Def Leppard. He turns 60 years old today.
And an odd thing, he's got extra appendages.
Wow, really?
He's got 3 legs.
He picked... When this band was in their height, when Pyromania came out, I was a huge fan.
Oh my God,
of
yeah.
Def Leppard. They were great. I went to that tour. I went to that concert. It was awesome. It was one of my first real rock shows that I went to.
And they were driven by a robust MTV presence.
Oh my God, yes.
I told you that I don't remember what year that came out. It had to have been 84, 85, something like that.
No, it was before that.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like 82, I think.
Okay, hang on. Is Pour Some Sugar on Me on that one?
No, that's... Oh, wait. Pyromania. I'm sorry.
83 is when it came out.
Okay.
January of 83, and...
No, it was not on that album. Man, what was Pour Some Sugar? That was a gigantic album, and I can't remember the name of it.
After the Gold
Not
Rush?
High and Dry. What the hell is the...
No, High and Dry was early. Hang on a second here.
Hysteria.
That's it.
And that was 87.
That was 87. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a vivid memory of a guy that at the pool. He came with his boombox, a la Lloyd Dobler, blaring "Pour Some Sugar on Me" because he was trying to get pumped up. He was going to do a triple off of the high dive.
Okay.
And that was his motivational song?
That was his motivation.
Pour Some Sugar on Me?
It's like right out of a movie, right? Like, basically like jean jacket and cut off jean shorts.
Clear me a path.
Right? And he's blaring "Pour Some Sugar on Me," and he gets up onto the high dive.
Today's the day.
Today is the day. He had been working himself up for this for like an entire weekend.
Are you ready to do it today?
Right? He gets up.
Gandalf showed up. Oh my God.
When you're done pouring your sugar, I want to see the greatest dive of all time.
Anyway, what happened?
All right, so what happens is he gets up on the high dive, blaring music.
You and me, babe.
And he got up and
What did he do?
he counted the 3. He got off at the end of the board. He did 1 flip, 2 flips, 2.5 flips, and then landed flat on his back. Splattered all over the place. I swear to God, he got up spitting blood because he hit smack so hard. It was great, man. What a great memory.
Rick Savage's birthday. Sometimes he just heads down that path, and you have to let him go.
I
we need to hear.
Sometimes in life, you need to let things happen of their own accord.
We need to flush it out. So
we learned something about some dude we'll never meet.
Yeah, he's all right. Rick Savage is 60.
Thank you, Rick Savage. Thank you
wherever
for that memory.
you are.
Me TV, they have billboards in the city now, and they're promoting the Flintstones are on at like 6 or 6:30 every night.
I know, it's crazy.
So, I know it's so stupid that we're watching Recan show, but Me TV does it well. They do the Flintstones into the Honeymooners. I always hated the Honeymooners, but I loved the Flintstones, and they're the same show. Basically,
It's the same show. Yeah.
But I didn't like the Honeymooners because Ralph Cramden was an a-hole.
Yeah,
he just
Alice, I'm gonna beat you to death with a hammer.
Right, that's kind of what the implication I mean, to the
If
moon.
my dinner isn't on the table at 5:30,
Yeah.
I'll punch you in the throat until you die.
Yeah, to the moon essentially was that. I'm going to punch you to the moon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ah, the good old days.
I'm going to throw you down the stairs and beat you with a sack of oranges. To the moon. But not before I strangle you and rub a hot iron across your face. Then I'm going to cover you in pork chop sauce and put you into a pit with rabid dogs.
Wow.
I'm going to cut you up so bad you'll never be able to have children.
Oh, my God.
I'll remove your breasts with a wood planer. To me, it was so depressing, too, because they had their clothing was in a bureau in the kitchen.
Well, they were poor. I mean, they were just making ends meet. But
there's
Desi Arnaz used to beat his wife too, because I remember she spent too much. She spent too much money on like hats or something like that. And there was an episode he bent her over his knee and spanked her.
Oh, and there was another episode one time, Casey. I kid you not. She had done something that was going to piss him off, so she decided to go and get a sunburn so that he wouldn't hit her. Jesus.
Oh my
That's
God.
what television
Calm the F
programming
down.
was. Lucy, I'm going to throw you down the elevator shaft. Lucy, I'm going to take you back, tie you to the dumpster, and drive the car into you. Ricky.
1950s programming,
Wow.
man.
I'm going to cut your head off.
That's ridiculous.
Columbia necktie. Break your legs.
See, the audience ate it up, though.
They loved it.
You know?
There was an episode of Different Strokes where Arnold got in trouble, and Mr. Drummond, because he wasn't his actual father,
put him in a wood chipper?
No. They brought his uncle in to beat him with a belt. I'm not lying. That's that was a legit episode.
Storyline.
Yeah. Here, get the switch over here. Get your uncle.
I can't beat you. But fortunately, we found someone who can.
Do you remember in the Dick Van Dyke show when Dick Van Dyke slammed Mary Tyler Moore's head in the car door?
Oh, yeah.
Because the mashed potatoes were lumpy?
But the audience loved it.
They were lumpy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to make your head lumpy.
Something new from Hershey's. I have. You guys like Hershey's Kisses, right? I mean, pretty much.
I do. I do. They're especially on the holidays too. You get those cookies with the big single Hershey's Kiss right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle, yeah. Hershey's has created a new flavor, and they arrived. No, I'm sorry. They arrived in 2019, and now they're back for Valentine's Day. It is the Hershey's Lava Cake Kisses.
And is it made from actual molten lava?
It burns the inside the interior of your mouth. Yes. The kisses are dark chocolate with a gooey chocolate center.
This seems very
it's a Jewish chocolate center.
Bill Weston
Is that a Jewish thing?
Is that a Jewish thing?
Gooey.
This has a very Jewy taste to it.
Mazel.
They're so moist and Jewy.
Mazel, mazel. Of course, I would say that.
Is that a Jewish thing?
Oh, my God.
And there goes the second.
It's a wonderful cookie with the taste of Israel.
The kisses are dark chocolate with a gooey chocolate center.
Is that a Jewish thing?
Not a Jewy chocolate center. And I just said Jesus under my breath, too. Jeez.
Well, he was a Jew.
That's right. The limited edition holiday flavor is available at Target, Walmart, and other retailers.
I like this concept. Do you like the chocolate molten cake?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God,
I very much do. I bought this for my my wife and I's our last anniversary. Wee's anniversary. And by the way, if chocolate has a discolored look to it, does not necessarily mean that it's bad. Yeah. Yeah, I did read that a while back. That doesn't mean that.
So what does it mean?
It's bad. Somebody look it
even
up.
Jewier.
I don't. It's.
Oh.
It's kosher.
Okay, all right, that's what it means.
Yeah.
So Preston, just a quick thing on these candies, the ones that have the molten, is that a soft
Yeah,
center.
It's a gooey,
gooey center
chocolate.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I do too. Here we go. It says, when you see white or grayish film on the surface of your food, it normally means product has gone bad, but it's different with chocolate. When the cocoa butter fats in chocolate separate from the cocoa mass and rise to the surface, it results in something called fat bloom. You gonna eat your fat bloom?
Are you gonna eat that fat bloom?
Listen, if you're not going to eat your fat bloom, can I have it? It looks really good.
Can I have
So if it's white, it's
Could I please have your fat bloom? It looks extra delicious.
it might not be bad, but it's called fat bloom. I'm gonna
Right.
pass
Yeah.
on it.
Okay.
Somebody's just make a dessert, go cut right to the chase and fat bloom.
One last thing. Marissa sent this to me. It involves booze, so thank you, Marissa. Red Lobster has added a specialty cocktail to their menu. Red Lobster is now offering a Bloody Mary, but with a twist in line with their brand. It comes topped with a lobster claw and one of their famous Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Wow.
And it does look quite yummy. So it's made from Tito's vodka, Marissa's favorite, and Bloody Mary mix that apparently is custom made by Red Lobster. The glass is then garnished with an entire lobster craw, one shrimp, an olive, a lime, a Cheddar Bay biscuit, and spicy seasoning on the rim of the glass as well. My mouth is watering.
Really? That's working it for you, huh?
Oh, man, a good Bloody Mary. Jeez.
Murray.
You and the Jewish thing.
Jeez, oh man.
Listen, can I have a Bloody Mary and some of those Jewy candies?
Bloody Murray. We should make a Bloody Murray.
Here is cream soda, gefilte fish. It's a Bloody Mary.
Manischewitz.
Yeah. Right? Do they make like a raspberry Manischewitz?
Manischewitz.
I've only seen
Listen, you
blackberry.
have with your Jewy candy.
I want to try a Bloody Murray.
A Bloody Murray. Bartenders, come up with a Bloody Murray.
I'm coming.
Oh my!
He said he wanted a Bloody Mary.
And it comes with calamari, which looks like
calamari.
It looks like it's been from a bris.
Sure.
You know?
I'll have some calamari, a Bloody Murray.
Anyway.
We need to make that drink now, Preston.
Ham moves with Billy Joel's band. Nick and I were looking that up just now. Leave that. Just add that to the pile of stuff that I get wrong. If that's not the case.
I think you got that right. He was with the Kansas Toto Ringo Starr, and he is with Ringo Starr. All of these guys are just like lifelong musicians with really great bands.
Yeah, all right.
Professional.
Would you say Kansas, Ringo? What'd you say?
And Toto.
Kansas Toto, Ringo Starr.
Okay, yeah.
Traveled very far.
Wait a minute.
Kansas,
Catch
Ringo,
a tiger
Ringo Starr.
by the tail.
Are Kansas and Toto at all related? Because Toto was from Kansas?
No.
Oh.
But I just
It would be perfect.
That would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But there's no connection?
No.
What they need to do is do a mega tour with Dorothy.
Yeah. Yes!
Yeah, right?
Dude.
Steve. Thank you. Do I have to think of everything?
Are there Tin Men or
Scarecrow?
Scarecrows?
What about Lion? White Lion?
Travel with John Cougar Mellencamp. He released the Scarecrow album.
Right.
Okay.
White Lion. Def Leppard could show up.
Yeah, we could just have a menagerie.
But the way you said Kansas Toto, Ringo Starr, I really like Jamie Farr. I don't know. It was
I really like Jamie Farr.
The way you said it, it was like
Yeah, it was rhythmic.
there was a pentameter.
It was rhythmic.
Nursery rhyme.
Rhythmic, yeah.
All right. We have bizarre file stories. I'm going to jump on those right now. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by The Bagster. Buy yours now at any home improvement store, just $29.99. You fill it up, and they pick it up on your schedule. The Bagster, dumpster in a bag. Buy, fill, gone. I thought this was a humorous story. When Jessica dropped her young daughter, Victoria, off at her sister's house for the afternoon, she was expecting everything to go well. Jessica had to work over the weekend, so she asked her sister, who has 3 kids of her own, if she could watch her daughter while she was away.
My daughter.
But as reported, when she picked her up from the sister's house, she didn't expect to receive an invoice for everything her daughter did over the weekend. Jessica took to TikTok to share the text messages exchanged with her sister, and it quickly blew into a full-on feud. She wrote, "Here's the breakdown of everything Victoria used in my home. Times are getting hard, and I think it's only fair that we charge for stuff that she used while being here." So attached to the text was an invoice for Jessica to pay, complete with a breakdown of every single charge that she'd expect to be reimbursed for. Some of them were fair, especially when considering how they're doing tough financially. Apparently, Victoria wet the bed. Jessica's sister charged her $10 to help clean that up. The sister also took her kids and Victoria to an Italian restaurant, charged Jessica $17 for the meal. Okay, but the cups of apple juice would cost $3, and she was asked $1.25 for paint used when drawing, $3 for 3 bags of chips that Victoria ate, and $7 for using electricity to play video games.
So there was no bit of humor to this? This was all a serious itemized bill for watching your sister's daughter?
Other charges include 50 cents for flushing the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Which Victoria reportedly did 5 times, and another 50 cents for every time she washed her hands.
Well, so this doesn't seem like a sister. It seems like a mortal enemy.
Yeah. Jessica's sister said Victoria also wanted to go to the park, so she charged her $3.75 for gas, $4.50 to watch Netflix, and $10 to use the Wi-Fi on her iPad.
I mean, why did she pick this home?
She wrote, "Please pay $72 by April 30th to avoid interest." So this is from a little while back. Jessica posted this on TikTok and had some people comment on this, obviously. Jessica's sister responded to her text, however, with the argument that the invoice was perfectly reasonable.
Nah.
Sounds like a bit much.
I think a lot of people would say not.
Yeah. During Purdue's season opener against Indiana State, student Zachary Spangler won a kicking competition called Kicks for Cash, and it looked like he was the proud owner of a 2-year lease on a car. However, it was not to be. The competition, which was sponsored by nearby Rohrman Automotive, had participants kick 20, 30, and 40-yard field goals. Spangler had completed the challenge, but was informed last week he wouldn't be receiving the prize of a car with a 2-year lease. He
What the hell
stated
happened?
that he received an email from the car dealership saying that the video of the challenge was reviewed and his 40-yard field goal was not kicked in time by 5/100ths of a second.
You got to be effing kidding.
As a result, Spangler was not going to earn the 2-year lease, according to Bob Rohrman, Honda Director of Operations, Trey Rohrman. In a video the dealership sent to Spangler, 4 different angles show him kicking with a 30-second timer at the bottom of the screen. The video reportedly shows the holder placing the ball down with an estimated 1.5 seconds remaining on the timer, but Spangler didn't connect with the ball until after the clock was at 0. When it comes to football at any level, the kick would count as long as it's snapped before the clock hits 0. He said, "I have a car here that runs just fine. I'm just more upset about how I hit the 40-yarder, and they're saying I didn't because it came off of my 5/100ths of a second late."
Well, now they're getting the bad PR.
Yeah,
And any plans on making good on this or no?
I haven't seen a follow-up of that as of it. Or Nick, do you see one?
Yep, they're reversing their course.
All right.
They're going to give them the prize.
Dude, a 40-yard field goal.
It's pretty
for somebody
amazing.
who is not a football player.
Of course, the prize is
That's
just
hard.
a 2-month lease.
Yeah.
No, 2-year lease.
2-year
2 years. I thought it was 2 months.
The tiger that escaped the Mexico Zoo and roamed around South Texas has finally been captured. The wild cat was captured after being nearly a week on the run. It had escaped its enclosure on Wednesday. Quinta La Fauna Zoo in Reynosa, Mexico, alerted police about the tiger after it escaped. Police then alerted the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office. Officials said they were not asked to assist the police, but to keep its deputies vigilant. At the time, the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office warned its residents to be on the lookout for the tiger. It was captured at midnight on Tuesday in the rural community of Los Longoria. On the zoo's Instagram, the staff posted about its tigers frequently as their main attraction. So they managed to get him before something bad happened.
Yes, could have ended poorly.
All right, here's a fun one. Yeah, let me end with this one. A 24-year-old woman has captured the internet's attention after discovering that she was placed on the no-fly list for American Airlines. Erin Wright was traveling from Albuquerque to New Orleans when she noticed that she couldn't check in for her flight following her failed attempts to get through. She spoke to someone at the American Airlines kiosk who said eventually that she'd been banned from flying with them. Now, Wright was very confused and frustrated at the time because she couldn't recall doing anything that would warrant a ban.
Right.
At the time, she asked staff at the kiosk for an explanation, but they weren't able to provide any info. Wright felt she was getting nowhere. She spent $1,000 on another flight instead, on top of the $400 spent on the ticket she had originally purchased. I think she was going to like a sister's wedding or something like that. She had to go. They contacted Customer Relations Department for American Airlines for answers. She received a response 12 days later from corporate security telling her that she had in fact been banned for having sexual relations with a man on a flight while intoxicated. And this came as a surprise for Wright. She's a lesbian.
She's a lesbian.
And says that
she's
it
not
was
a good one.
So obviously not something she would do. And while she could see the funny side to this misunderstanding, she also felt incredibly embarrassed that other people she had spoken to thought she had been having sex on board a flight.
Lesbian, right.
She said, it's just so unlike me. I felt pretty helpless in advocating for myself because I had such a lack of information. She immediately sent an appeal to the corporate security team explaining that she hadn't done what they thought she did. And after 3 months of waiting and some prompts in the meantime, Wright finally got a call with the news that she had been waiting for. After months of communication, they took me off the no-fly list. she
They
said.
had not one scintilla of proof or evidence that she had in fact done this.
Yeah, exactly. So
you picked the wrong lesbian to piss off.
They can't figure out what happened. They thought I had been diligent enough to show that it most likely wasn't me. She still hasn't been compensated from American Airlines for the extra $1,000 she spent on her alternate plane ticket. So we'll see if she ends up getting that back down the road. But yeah,
That sucks.
Yeah, and
to randomly find out you can't travel.
Yep. All right, that's what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. Let's take a break. Come back in a second. We'll test your knowledge of the program. Lesson question, trash music news on the way, but not before we have another S song. Back to school A to Z. We'll be right back. I know. That's why I said, let's put it out there to bartenders.
Yeah, bartenders, come up with a Bloody Murray.
Bloody Murray, and we'll try it out. Anyhow, how about this? Gibson and Slash have announced the release of the first ever Slash collection, which will feature multiple acoustic and electric guitars. Yeah, the collection will... Oh, Gibson. I got you. Mel Gibson.
The Mel Gibson guitar. It has all these sayings etched into the wood.
So the collection will officially premiere...
It's the Mel Gibson collection of guitars, featuring all his rants emblazoned on every guitar. The Whore Edition features a Stratocaster pickup.
The collection will officially...
What the hell was that?
That's Braveheart.
Why is he doing that?
Imagine if that's the speech he delivered when he was on the horse.
Hit it again, Case. He was, Nick, he was at the end of his rope with her.
Okay.
And then he was just kind of like somebody would go, yeah, like that. And then he did an evil laugh. So Slash and Gibson, luthiers.
Luthiers?
Yeah, what's a luthier?
As in Lex Luthier?
Luthier. Is that a guitar maker?
I'm not familiar. I've never heard that brand.
Worked in close collaboration on the collection at Gibson's headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee. The line features 4 Les Paul standard electric guitars and 2 J45 standard acoustic guitars.
It's a music store.
Oh.
Kind of like a George's.
Are you a... Sorry.
I'm trying to help, Mel.
Are you a Martin guitar guy, or what's your...
I own a Martin acoustic guitar. Absolutely.
Do you play it anymore, or you're back to the drums, right?
I have neglected it because I've been focusing and practicing really, really hard at playing the drums. I've decided I want to be a really good drummer.
But when he passes by the guitar, he says,
"Oh, you're there."
Yeah, I do acknowledge the guitar's existence.
That's a Mel Gibson guitar.
Yeah. So,
"Oh, you're there."
It actually yells at you if you don't take lessons.
What?
I want to pursue drumming. But Mel Gibson guitar, I really do. I like drumming more.
You just showed me what you are.
Oh. It's the guitar. It'll make you a virtuoso in a weekend.
Do you think I'm a decent guitar player? Oh, my God.
You have one more chance.
Wow. You thought Whiplash was bad.
Giving me one last
right?
chance.
Yeah.
Forget Whiplash.
I just want to be a drummer.
The Mel Gibson guitar.
Oh, God. Okay.
Gentle messages of encouragement help you along.
I'm telling you. I'm just telling you the truth.
The most candid guitar you'll ever own.
Big fucking guitar.
So let me raise this question. It was something that occurred to me yesterday as we were talking about preparation for all this. Are all the new things put in place because of COVID? Does that now effectively eliminate, for all intents and purposes, the classic snow day?
So here's what's happening. The school districts that are having the snow day, what it looks like is that they had snow days built in. So that's why they're closing. They already have these snow days, so they're going to use them. The districts that didn't build in snow days are the ones that are going to do that virtual learning in the morning and then give the kids the snow day the second half of the day. Because by law, they need to get a certain amount of school days in. And if you go...
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you guys know?
man. Kathy Romano with the information you can use.
Oh, my God.
Now we go to Kathy with her observations on snow days. This bitch is cranking it up to 10.
This bitch.
Oh, my God. Snow!
Slayer!
Snow and Slayer!
Snower!
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
I have a variety of stories, and I would do the connoisseur. I have like 3 food-related things.
But there's not enough to fuel it,
but
right?
that's it.
And you don't want to be dishonest with the listeners.
No, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to, I don't want to just flip things all of a sudden. But I did see this, and I thought it was interesting. Cheetos has given a name to the cheesy residue left on your fingers when you eat the Cheetos. So they have a name for it now.
And it is?
Cheetle.
Cheetle?
Like Don Cheadle.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the official term is called Cheetle.
I'd call it Chisholm. Right, Preston?
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, what's that on your face?
Chisholm. From eating cheese doodles. I'm sorry, I misheard you.
To celebrate the newly coined...
Peter North is the spokesman. Just sitting here watching TV.
In celebration of its 125th anniversary, the New York Public Library, which is the second largest in the U.S. after the Library of Congress, has
throwing out the books?
No. They released its list of the top 10 checked out books of all time. And in
Is
first
one of them Goldfinger?
place, no.
Mr. Goldfinger!
No.
One of the most popular books at the New York Library. It's on the list.
In first place, I'll just start right at the top here, is the children's picture book, The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats.
I don't even know.
It's about a child enjoying his city's first snowfall.
I don't know that book. Yeah.
Oh, I know this book.
Yeah.
I love this book when I was
terrible.
a kid. Absolutely.
Get the Caldecott Award. Yeah, the Caldecott medal. I remember that. You remember the little imprint on the front of it?
Gold sticker that would be a gold
Sticker! On this scrappy book about a kid walking in the snow.
Gold
sticker.
It's not. It is on the list?
Yeah.
It's on the list.
It's number 1 on the list.
Number 1.
So, I think, you'd find that on Where the Wild Things Are and maybe The Hungry Caterpillar, those classic ones. Another book, Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, was in second place.
Okay.
Were you a Seuss fan as a kid?
Oh, yeah. Very much so. And in fact, I've been going through a cleaning out process at our house, and
Great purge.
I found we found way too many books that we need to get rid of, and so I did, and I donated them to the Laurel House thrift shop that raises money for the Laurel House. But we kept all of our Dr. Seuss books. And I had to stop and flip through Go Dog Go, and I had to look through the birthday book, and
Two Girls in a Cup.
2 Girls in a Cup.
It was the most wonderful cup it was.
There are a lot of Dr. Seuss books, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I see two girls in a cup.
Dozens.
I say to you, girls, can you tell me what's up?
I'll tell you what's up. Just look in the cup.
You'll know
After
this.
watching that, you won't be able to sup.
It's full of throw up.
And upchuck. It's full of throw up.
Come on, man.
Casey had a poster and a wristband from a fish show that was important to him. And
It was a fishing tournament, right?
Yeah.
Or the band?
Well, both.
Okay.
The wristband was from the tournament, and then the poster was from the concert.
Regardless, both very important to you.
No, but the reality is they were both from a concert. Though.
So much so that he wanted to have them framed and, immortalized for at least a period of time while he's on this earth, and took it to a place that was going to frame all this for him. So you have the wristband, you have the poster. I'm sure you had a frame picked out and matted and everything the way you wanted it.
Yeah.
Goes back to the shop to retrieve it, and they've lost the wristband.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So the
right?
poster is done, and you wanted the wristband in the same display.
Yeah. It was like a ribbon across the bottom corner of the poster.
And you'd set it up that way.
Yeah.
What was their explanation?
There is no explanation. Inside, I'm fuming. I have been to 60-plus Fish concerts. I have never purchased a poster, went and had it framed, or so this. And
So you want to climb over the counter and kill them?
So and the wristband I had really carefully taken off of my wrist, so there were no because it was it was like a cloth wristband, right?
Carefully preserved.
Carefully preserved. This was. I was going to give it as a gift to a friend.
Oh, no.
And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I think I want this for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm like fuming. So I had gone from this place.
Right.
I didn't blow up, but I had gone to this place and I went to a drive-through, a quarter of a mile down the road. And I got my money back, and I'm pulling out, and I noticed that one of the quarters is a Canadian.
Beautiful song, Shadow of the Day on 93.3. WMMR, everything that rocks in the S's. We have a 4-pack of tickets to see Linkin Park Monday at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. We will give that away for the Word of the Week prize, and we'll get that last letter tomorrow. We get one more today. That's coming along shortly. Pierre should have this for us in a little bit, so hopefully you've been keeping track of that whole thing. We have something totally different to give away in a different way. We are going to give away a pair of tickets as MMR walks the Kings of Leon show, which is Monday, September 23rd at the Man. And the question that we will ask this morning is what's Kathy's version of slow and long? 215-263 WMMR. Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
All right, what is Kathy's version of slow and long? We were talking about vacuuming earlier this morning. 215-263 WMMR. If you heard that and you know the answer, you should call right now. We'll do the trash while we're waiting.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
And the trash is brought to you by Horizon. Your HVAC system is working hard to keep your home comfortable as temperatures begin to drop and nights get colder. So book your expert heater tune-up today with Horizon Services. Horizon Services, help is on the way. What's up this morning, Steve?
Well, Justin Timberlake has sealed a plea deal which effectively reduces his DWI charge to a simple traffic violation. For his part, Timberlake must spend the next 6 months bringing sexy back.
Hey!
Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's acrimonious divorce has finally been settled. According to legal documents, the diminutive Joe will get split custody of their child, while Sophie has agreed to lower her arm and hand Joe back his car keys.
Oh, my God.
And finally, John Corbett has returned to film scenes as Sarah Jessica Parker's love interest for the 3rd season of And Just Like That. Corbett was nervous at first, but says he just got right back up on that horse and acted with it.
All right, we'll see if we can get an answer to this. What is Kathy's version of slow and long? 215-263 WMMR is the number. We will go to Shane and see if he can get it. Hi, Shane. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Shane, what was Kathy's version of slow and long?
Would it be slong?
No, it is not. Swell. There were 2 words that she used.
Oh, it's I don't know.
All right.
He was
Thanks, man. Let me go to Mike, because I thought he said schlong. All right, Mike.
Yes.
All right, do you know what Kathy's version of slow and long is?
It was long and long.
Slong and long, yes. That's what we were looking for. Hang on, Mike. We will give you a pair of tickets as MMR Rocks Kings of Leon. Can We Please Have Fun tour, Monday, September 23rd at The Man. Special guest performance from Fantogram as well. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster. And you can go to WMMR.com. There's a chance to win pit tickets over there.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, two stories to run by you this morning, and this first one is really cool, and you've probably seen it on the news. If not, then I will break this for you. John Bon Jovi pulled off an actual heroic feat this week. The singer was filming the music video for his song People's House, and he was on the John Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge in Nashville. This was Tuesday night, and he noticed a woman in distress. The woman seemed to be getting ready to jump off the bridge. She was actually on the other side of the railing.
Yes, she was.
And she's standing there. Obviously, something's bothering her. John noticed, and he was able to go over and talk to the woman and get her to come back to safety.
And it's all caught on camera.
Yeah, there was another woman that it looks like it's a little. They're a bit of a distance, but it looks like someone else is there with him. But John is clearly doing most of the talking.
Right up close, he's talking to her. She comes back over the rail. It was amazing.
Yeah. Nashville police and fire departments came to the scene as well, with the police offering up some praise for the singer. The Nashville police chief, John Drake, said it takes all of us to help keep each other safe. It's not known exactly what John said to her, what they talked about, but he was able to, he approaches her cautiously, just kind of leans over the railing and starts to have just what looks like a casual conversation with her, and then he must have said the right things.
He said, apparently, we're not bringing Richie back, and then she came back over.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what finally talked to him.
Yeah.
No, it's great to see this. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful to see this. And then the other story that I have for you this morning, this newlywed couple is a first dance story that's going to be hard to top. Celine and Paul Delcloy married on Saturday. Just 2 days before that, Paul Delcloy had reached out to Phil Harvey, the manager of Coldplay, to ask if they could do their first dance as a married couple to the band's new song, All My Love, which had not been played in full anywhere yet. Phil responded to his request saying that he would, quote, see what I can do. And the band wound up sending the studio track to the couple. To use for their wedding. It hadn't been, nobody had heard it in full yet.
Let's say my car.
But not many people can say they had their first dance to a world premiere.
That is cool.
Never played before in public, and they got to use it as a first dance. Pretty cool. That's what I have in music news.
That's nice.
Anything else I missed? Anything I want to mention?
Anything? What about your appearance?
Oh, well, that's not really music news, but...
Well, sing it.
Where you going to be, Casey boy?
There you go.
What's going on tonight? You go ahead, plug your appearance. Sing your appearance.
I'm going to plug my appearance today.
There it is.
I'm going to be at Ryan's Pub in Westchester. And this is Thursday night's Bud Light kickoff. And it kicks off tonight at Ryan's Pub. I'll be there from 7 to 9. We will be giving away Eagles tickets at the end of the evening. So
excellent.
You definitely have to be there to win the tickets. But there'll be Bud Light specials. And Preston, wing.
But the wings. You don't understand. No, but you go on and on about they're
delicious.
Their wings.
Yeah, so much so that I'll probably get there before 7, so I can
get a little
sit down
eating in
and get a little wing action in there.
Where in Westchester are they located?
It's right there on. Is that High Street?
I'm not sure. Is Gay and High are the two main
124
drags.
Gay Street.
Yeah, Gay Street.
So Casey want wingy.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. You could definitely go get some.
Tommy want wingy.
Wingy tonight with Casey Boy. Cool, excellent. And this is kicking off the first of many that will take place this season.
This is the first of many Bud Light kickoffs.
Nice.
What is that the melody to?
I just made it up.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's a composer.
Well done. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we will wrap up the program with the Letter of the Day for the Word of the Week prize, and we have another S song to play in the Back to School A to Z before we are done with it. Why is nothing playing? Sorry about that. Normally it's turned down. And now we'll turn it up, and we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Stop.
stopped my car. I put it in park. I went into the store. Now, I didn't raise a stink.
25 cents.
For 25 cents, I go, you guys gave me a Canadian quarter here. And they're like, oh, okay.
Let me ask you something. What country are we in? Do we have provinces like, I don't know, Ottawa? What is this?
Yeah.
Is this legal tender?
I in my life have never returned a foreign coin before. I've never even
You just kind of
considered that.
What did I order? Poutine? What did I come in here on a moose? What am I, a Mountie? Where the hell are we?
Does it say Tim Hortons outside
Come
this
on, for
establishment?
Christ's sake! What am I, Trudeau?
Did I drive here 35 kilometers per hour?
Jesus Christ!
I didn't make a big stink about it, but I go, hey, this is a Canadian quarter.
I couldn't help but notice that there was a ridged potato chip in my bag of regular potato chips.
Oh my God!
Parlez-vous English?
I would be raging. You're better than me. I would be raging out of control at those people. And
why not give me the right change? Eh? Eh?
We talked about Cameo before.
Yes.
And, you can do birthday wishes and hellos and stuff like that.
Hi,
But
this is Liam Neeson. I understand, Jimmy, that it's your 8th birthday. I want you to know it's a hard world out there.
Well, apparently now the trend is to get the celebrity to break up your relationship for you.
Wow.
And some people have been doing a lot of them. Sugar Ray singer Mark McGrath has been a popular choice for Cameo users looking to pass their breakup responsibilities on to him.
Well, he had one that had been requested and it went viral and a lot of people were talking about it. So I guess he immediately earned that status.
Yep. By the way, he's had a lot of work done on his face.
Has he?
A lot
Well, he was
of
a
work. good-looking guy. Very good-looking guy, which is probably why he's had a lot of work.
See, with me, it's like, who cares?
So he had said, I've been doing these for fun. I wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But even Matthew Perry says that he'll deliver any kind of messages, and he has done breakup videos as well. So,
that's kind of sad, though. Like, then what if the person likes that celebrity and now they've just ruined their life?
Well, maybe it might be a little bit of a buffer if if someone you like is telling you and giving you words of encouragement.
I think it would have to depend on what type of breakup.
How bad of a breakup can it be
if you're hiring a celebrity?
That you're hiring a celebrity to do it? I mean,
I don't think it's something
what I mean?
Nicole Brown Simpson would have done. So I think if it's more volatile, no. But I think if it's hey, we know this is over, you could have fun with this.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think a divorce would be the right thing.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, honey.
Kids and everything. And
Maybe I would say a year and under. You've been dating for a year or under.
Okay.
Anything over, you can't hire a celebrity.
Yep. So that's been the latest, and a lot of people are up for it.
You guys ever do a Cameo?
Steve has.
Hire one?
Yep. I did with Kevin Sorbo because my wife loves the show Hercules and always had a crush on him. And he did it, and he did a great job, but he talked for a while.
I did one. It wasn't a cameo. It was the musical one that I did for my brother.
This is Ian McCarron. Kathy Raimondo wants to let you know she wishes you'd stop parking in her spot.
It's my spot. I love that it's my spot now.
She's very upset with you. Wishes you'd have a little more consideration.
What did you did a musical one?
Yeah, so there's a backup singer / trumpet player for Trey's band, Jennifer Harsberg. And so she ended up singing a song for my brother, but I wanted to do one for my daughter for her birthday, but you go through and it's like, all right, well, this person's too expensive, and then this person is not as expensive, but do they, are they as important? Like, I don't know how much a Mark McGrath would cost.
Yeah, you can probably get 4 Mark McGraths for a Pat Sajak.
We should do our own cameos. How much would we be worth?
So,
$1,000.
So you can have longer chats, by the way. So
really?
So like for example, Mark McGrath is $90 right now. I think it says. So, but if you do extend it, you can ask for. I just asked for the bare bones minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, because my wife has always crushed on Sorbo, so I said, and I told him that in the little description, and he couldn't have been better. And talked for a while,
There's a couple my best friend I want to send when his birthday's coming up in a couple of months, but I can't think because like the movie lines that we throw at each other are really offbeat, obscure people who didn't even really have a career.
No, yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, I can't find anyone.
I doubt Tom Cruise is doing them.
That would make sense. So
Hi, this is Tom Cruise. You can't handle the truth, but apparently you can handle a lot. Billy says thanks for last night.
Todd Glass is here.
Yeah!
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Feel them. Wow. It's exciting every time.
We'll be at Helium Comedy Club.
It is incredibly exciting.
Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. I'm not done speaking yet.
Sorry. I'm a different person than I used to be.
Are you?
Really?
Is it because of this treatment that you've had done?
I'm just, I listen more, and I'm not as, no, I feel crazy right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to be here.
You told me in the green room that you're now a full Hasidic rabbi.
And he knew because of the things on the side.
And I didn't want to, I should have let you announce
That's
it.
my improv skills.
All right, well, let's
things on the side.
Let's bring everybody in on this, on what we're talking about. So Todd requested that we have a certain treatment done. Casey, did he contact you about it?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this is all the rage in Los Angeles these days, but
here.
Yeah, and here. Well, we talked about it here on our show where I think we initially heard of it as a like on-site hangover treatment.
Yes.
Where if you put one on the night before you weren't feeling all that great, that there's a service that will come to your office or residence or whatever, and they'll administer an IV and that is filled with like saline,
gummy bears,
B12, and stuff like that.
Well, you remember our calendar shoot when we had that little snafu when they showed up, the bachelor party that had all of the equipment. It was like the leftovers of this treatment that they had done.
But so many people are doing it now, and apparently it's effective.
Well, I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop because I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
I've heard of the hangover thing, but I didn't know that this is all the rage, as you were saying.
That's what I hear.
There's facilities specifically for this now.
Okay. Well, the facility that we have here is called City Hydration. And Christy is here from City Hydration. Hi, Christy.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to see you. I'm wonderful. But what were you going to say, Todd?
No, I was going to say something. I bet that she could probably explain it better than me. So then I was like, well, probably you were right to go her way. But now that I have your attention,
yes,
I real quick, I have friends that have done it over the years. And even 15 years ago, I would hear about it. But it was just to me someone did on the set or that had money. I always thought. And
it was for the wealthy.
It was only for the wealthy.
Only for the wealthy, the 1%ers.
And so it's not a new thing. It's just new that you're able to do it. But my friend said at first you do it like maybe you're under the weather, but then you realize how good you feel. You're like, you know what? I just want to feel real good for my wedding or for something you're doing one day that you just want to feel great. You're going to a concert at night. So like in the day, you're just at your best.
Yeah, Todd, I saw a special on it. It was a local. It might have been you, City Hydration Services. And they were talking about it's now become a ritual for a lot of people because I just normally associate it with a hangover thing, okay? But there are apparently just wellness aspects to it. So, what's in your bag, Todd? What do you? Because you're getting right now.
Mine now. I don't want you to laugh at me.
He's hooked up to an IV right now.
Right now, he has an IV needle into his arm.
And by the way, my palms are sweating.
Yeah, Kathy hates needles.
Looking at that IV in your arm.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Kathy will not be using the service.
Some people, it's same with some people. It doesn't really like. For me, it was just like it sounds like this is like I'm not doing an ad for it, but it was like a pinch, same, and then now I'm not even thinking.
Well, you're a regular intravenous drug user. So
well, I am.
Nothing.
In all fairness, mine does have mashed potatoes in it.
Wow!
So, wow! Just because she said I look low on gravy, and I said, well, then
let's top that off.
Give me 2 bags of gravy.
I would say this.
Funny, John. Look how my friend John.
You have a friend here, I guess. So what is he? Is he the this is a double-blind experiment? If he passes away, you're good.
I started his intravenous about 20 minutes before mine. If he drops dead, I pull mine out early.
No, this has been vetted quite a lot. People are using this quite often.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I'm sorry, your name is Christy. Is that
Christy, yes.
So how's business been? Is it booming?
It is booming. We've been around for about 2 years now, and it was slow going in the beginning because it's really not well known on the East Coast. I first saw this business in California. Then I moved to Colorado. They were everywhere in Colorado. And when I realized there wasn't anything like this in Philadelphia, I decided to move home and give it a shot with opening one up.
Now, are your customers primarily well-known comedians looking for free stuff?
Yeah. Our customers are everything. I mean, you have the tired mom, you have the professional athletes, you have cold and flu patients. I mean, we're kind of all across the board with the clients we see.
That's what I was going to ask about. Cold, like if you're sick, if you have the flu, you need your fluids replenished. People come to you just if they're not feeling so hot. They'll come in for that.
Yeah. So our cold and flu infusion has been incredibly popular this year. It seems to be hitting everybody, and pretty hard at that. So we see people come in when symptoms are starting. We'll have people come in because their wife and their kids are sick. We'll have people come in when it's just been dragging on and they can't really get over the hump of the cold. We tell everyone our cold and flu infusion, it's all antioxidants. It is not a cure for the flu. It's not a cure for a cold. It's just going to help your body, boost your immunity, and help you get over it a lot faster.
So you recover quicker?
Exactly.
Okay.
A common question coming up, text messages, how much does it cost?
Yes. So it really varies. I mean, most of our infusions are customized by our clients depending on how they're feeling and what they're needing. It starts at $75 for a plain bag with nothing mixed in, and we've seen them go as expensive as $300 plus with the additives they choose.
So, okay, but if you book it through us, free.
Yeah.
Now, is it so the one with nothing in it? No, not nothing in it. It's not a novelty bag. But what?
What's the $75 bag?
What is the basic
so the
fluid?
$75 bag is just plain saline. And a lot of people think like the vitamins and stuff are beneficial when really the hydration aspect of it is where you feel the best.
So Todd, you had with the heart issue. I had my deal.
I play younger.
But
well, is that an issue?
I don't want you to lose your job on Riverdale. But the saline thing is always what they give you, and it kind of it gets you back up and running.
It really makes you feel like you're revived.
Yeah. All right, how is this different than just drinking a lot of liquids or electrolytes?
I mean, so that's a great question. So absorption via the
Audio Slave on 93.3 WMMR. Fantastic band. Shadow in the Sun is the name of that song. And it wraps up our contribution to the Back to School A to Z this morning on the Preston and Steve Show. Many more S's to go. We're in the SH. I got to believe SH lasts a while. Yeah, there's a couple pages of SH songs. We started off in the sex department this morning. And then moved on to Shadow, and then we're going to be shaking some things.
True.
For the next few songs.
Then shrimp.
And a lot of shrimp later on this morning. No.
Shrimp of Desire.
Hang on.
There's a lot of she's and shrimp of desire.
Looking to see if there
That,
are.
of course, a great Iggy Pop song, Shrimp of Desire.
I wasn't sure because we do have a song called Shrimp Shack.
Yeah, by B-52.
No, that's Love Shack. No, but what did we use that for, Press? It was one of your theme songs.
Isn't that the Oneaters?
Oh, yeah. That was Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Yeah.
And that's our 1960s beach music.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Shrimp Shack. So, there's one shrimp song. It's not going to be in the A to Z, but we do have a shrimp song that is within the library. So, there you go. Thank you for joining us this morning. You were our one and only guest today, but we did have a wonderful announcement that we made. And that is the fact that Good Money It returns on Monday morning. And it's 5 times a day, Monday through Friday. Your chance to win $1,000. And we'll do it starting at 8 a.m. this coming Monday. And then we'll do it
Daily Letter.
By the President Steve Show is brought to you today by The Letter.
T as in tangerine.
All right, T as in tangerine. We are going to give away a 4-pack of tickets to the just announced and already sold out Linkin Park concert Monday, September 16th at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You can check out the new album From Zero, which is available November 15th. It features a new single, The Emptiness Machine. All right, I will thank our sponsors. President Steve Show is brought to you today by Leaf Home. They make home ownership easy. Also brought to you by Dunkin'. President Steve Show runs on Dunkin', and by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors. Tomorrow, no sad bro. Yay! Friday has finally arrived tomorrow. And we will have in our studio. It's been a long time since we have had an adult film performer. And we'll have somebody who we know well, Alexis Texas, who's been by a few times throughout the year. So she'll join us and we'll do all our Friday things. That's it. We are done. So rage on and have yourself a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, gang. Bye-bye.